just won't. I can see myself, but it's not coming up on anyone else's.
I saw you grab cheese for a moment. That was the only thing I saw. But it wasn't moving. It was just like your arm grabbing cheese.
Yeah.
Cheese cam.
That's
Ooh,
weird,
cheese
though.
cam.
Hello.
It's everybody.
Cheese.
Whoa.
Oh man, you guys are so big. I see you guys. I'm so
Jesse,
happy.
come on.
Can everybody hear me okay? Is everything I'm doing super loud or obnoxious?
Yeah, I think you're like.
I mean, not more than
probably
usual, Chase.
Oh.
Shots fired.
Yeah.
Shots fired. Uzi's
Meow,
bad.
meow.
It's a holy cracker.
Well, you guys can turn me down in Discord if I'm too loud. As long as you don't hear it every time I take a drink of my beer.
Nope.
Speaking of a drink,
We're good.
I need me one too.
Oh, yeah,
It's 8 a.m. for you, Ooze. Are you sure?
It is.
Oh,
I didn't say alcohol.
pineapple.
You don't tell Azochi how to live his life.
I
I'm not his
won't.
real mom.
It's
Yeah,
Sunday
what?
for him.
Pineapple. You never will. Clementine Mike's hard limited.
Oh.
Ooh.
They just came out with it.
Ooh.
But I was curious.
Yay! Oh, I should have brought my little
Why?
piece.
He's the Unabomber.
Oh gosh. Jesse, I sent your full body on Discord too.
Thank you very much.
His identity must remain a secret.
Why do you like this? Why you like this computer? Why you gotta be this way?
I appreciate Jesse hiding his beauty from the world. Must be modest at all times.
Oh my gosh.
Well,
It's
Is everybody here?
first time drinking.
I guess you guys will never see my beautiful.
Ah, well, I've seen it before.
Thank you.
You could put a picture of yourself as
Oh,
your
no,
main
yeah.
profile
Too many
picture.
cords right there.
No, I like Ludo. That's basically me.
Oh, somebody
I've been
outlined the dude.
connecting this whole time. Yeah, I know. I don't know what the deal is. I've been the cat. I've literally just been refreshing it every 5 seconds this whole time. It's not going to help if you do it again.
Just give
You
it
know
10
me.
seconds.
I don't know, I'm trying. I'm efforting.
I gave up on it. I don't know what's going on.
That's okay.
Zentarum hideout? That's what's going on.
For some reason, you have like a little.
Did you see my
You guys back on.
message, Chase?
There we go. Nice and
I don't think it really
I'm
matters.
ready.
I'll just not I just won't like do any of that.
Hang on.
Oh my god, hearing my own voice delayed is freaking me out. I'm trapped in my own head.
Do you guys have that? What?
This is not good.
You guys have the delay too?
Are they connected to your thing? Oh, okay.
no, we're not.
As,
Yeah, the only
as
ones
badly as I wanted to do, but I really need
Oh,
my
well,
ears tapped.
Sydney, I can see you. You're the only one I can see.
Yeah, there's no word.
Yay. It finally worked, I guess.
I can't see it for well.
Those are really
oh, well,
bad
as long as
audio
Chase can
visual
see you, that's we can all just
That's
look to the
okay.
right.
Sometimes it be like that.
Is everybody in the Discords?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta
Yeah.
Everybody can hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
get some earbuds next time and I'll be able to pull it off.
Bluetooth headset. That's the way to go.
Revealed.
Oh, you know what you can do? You can, hang on. I have
Fat dick.
in my thing. Oh, unless I took it out.
No.
I should have an audio splitter if you wanted to hook up with me and Kat. So there's not a
There's so many
delay.
audio splitters on this thing.
Oh my god. That's
It's
crazy.
it's fine. It's fine. I can hear everybody. Let's play D&D.
Alright, let's do. I can see a dude.
There's only one flaw in your plan.
What?
It's USB.
Ah, your USB mic. Well, someone else can
We can do it.
hook in if they want.
Look, this.
Alright, well, let me know when you guys are done fucking around.
Never.
Oh, I'm
Did
never
you
done.
fix all my spells yet, Chase?
Oh,
Yeah.
whoa. I hear an echo now.
Be able to think.
Chungus.
Yeah, that's very echoey. What changed?
We moved the
Focus.
audio for another computer, so now it's coming through the speakers. We input it.
Let me.
Yeah,
Can we not do that? That's real
We're
bad.
working on
Okay. I was so spooked.
it.
So spooky.
You get all of these thingies? I thought you only got like 3 of these at level 1. Jesse.
Hmm?
You got all these thingies? I thought you only
You
get to
got
pick
too
like
many
3.
No,
thingies.
they're broken down.
What is he playing?
Oh my god, I'm still my head. Ah. Okay, I'll get over
Are
it.
you the one playing a mystic?
Yes.
Yeah, mystics get crazy stuff all the time. But the thing is that you can't use all of the stuff you get. You just like get a bunch of stuff, but you have like a side limit that locks you out of using
Yeah.
other, like the higher level
Okay.
stuff.
Like, I can
Well,
only
Susie-
use, like the ones that say like 3 PS. Oh my god. 3 PSI.
Well, let me click on these and see what they do. So restore health.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
actually
pretty sure I did the
confirmed.
restore.
That one's fine. Mend wounds. The more stuff you spend on mend wounds, does the more it do?
Yes, it's it's
Hang on.
I wrote it all in the description.
Okay, so yeah, 1d8 per thing list. So higher casted level is 1d8. Alright, so the mend wounds is set up.
All session long. All session.
The phantom one is gonna be weird. It's gonna take. I'll have to fuck with it. The distracting figment one looks like it's right. The ego whip one is fine. And the psionic blast one and the mind thrust are the ones that I set up. Okay, you're good to go, Jess.
Yay.
Mind thrust.
Give her the old mind thrust.
Whoa! The character sheets are all borked. Do they all look like that for me? Hang on, let me open another character sheet.
Well, before you left, it changed all of our icons to grass. So
Yeah, I noticed that. I don't know why it did that.
Jesse, if it really bothers you that much, you just want to go get a pair of headphones that does connect through a thing. You have like 2 other pairs upstairs.
Yeah, I've got earphones right here.
Yeah, if I could have something, or I could always just like do this whenever I talk, and then that'll help.
People will try and talk over you.
Oh, well, that's okay.
Can't come
It's really like everybody else talking. That slide echo is fine, but I think hearing my voice, I don't normally hear talking over me, is driving me slowly insane.
Yeah, no, I saw 2 other pairs of headphones. You want to use either of those?
Okay, let's D&D, folks.
Are these the same type of headphones as those?
We could just sit around and talk. I don't know.
Hey,
I think Chase
Yeah,
wants
we could
to
play.
start.
They're the same brand.
I mean,
Well,
you haven't been
thing where you
introduced
can
yet,
pull it.
so there's going to be about 5
If you want
minutes
to
of us all
run and
talking.
grab a set of headphones, Jesse, you're fine.
I'll
Rachel's got some
figure this
earbuds.
shit out.
I'm just
All right, go ahead and start. Or well, someone's gonna.
I'm getting some really bad audio lag anyway, so I'm gonna...
This?
No, the
Yeah, I was getting audio
box.
lag when I kept
The
trying to
phone?
reconnect.
This?
controller. Yes, that.
Oh.
Does it disconnect there?
Oh.
Hey,
Do you guys mind?
Nope.
all along.
It was Old Man Jenkins all along.
Oh, so you don't need my earbud.
Hello,
Yep.
Are we
it's
good?
me.
Are you good?
The one
Hello.
you're looking for.
Is that better?
Okay, everything's nice.
I can see it in your eyes.
All right, let's get started.
But now I can't see Chase anymore.
I can't
Okay,
see
the
you.
audio did not affect how
That's okay. But now I can see
I
Chase
can
on your
see
screen.
him
Oh,
on
I'll just
mine.
look over here. Chase.
No one can see me or Chase. I don't think.
Yeah, I can see Chase.
But
I
I
can
can
see
see
Chase.
Chase.
And
I
Chase
can't
can see you.
though.
Well, I mean,
You and Chase can see each other, and no one
It's
can see you or
a
Chase.
weird
well, it's
thing.
okay. You know what? That's why we're all sitting at the same table.
Okay.
There
like,
we go.
it's you guys.
Growing
right there.
pains, Chase. Growing pains.
Can everybody hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool. Okay. I switched over to my headset on my computer. Sydney, your camera froze on me with you making like a very sitcom face. Like you was in a freeze frame.
Awesome.
You're just like okay, cool beans. Let's play D&D. So last time we played, you guys were on the search, the hunt, the quest to locate Floon.
Oh, yeah,
Real quick, did we wake up as a team?
Yeah,
He's
I'm
up.
awake.
Okay, good.
There you
All
go.
right.
Okay. And
Thank
you.
while trying to look for Floon, you ended up finding out that he had been kidnapped by a group of Zentarum and taken to a warehouse. You broke into the warehouse to find the Zentarum had been killed. I'm sorry, yes, the Zentarum. The Zentarum had been killed by members of the Xanathar Guild. Rainier Neverember, who thinks very highly of himself, though you guys haven't given him the time to explain why, was there. He looks similar to Floon, but is not Floon, and he indicates Floon was with him, but
We're
was
gonna get through all
taken.
this, and Uzi's gonna been Floon the whole time.
Spoiler alert.
But Floon has been taken by the Zentarum. So the Zents kidnapped him. They brought him to this warehouse. The Xanathar Guild broke into the warehouse, killed everybody that was in here, and took Floon.
Rude.
All you know about the Xanathar Guild is that they're like a criminal organization, and you don't know where they've gone with your buddy Floon.
They're the snake eyes, right?
Zents are the flying snake guys. Zentarum are the weird eyeball people.
I thought Xanathar were the eyeball people.
It's Xanathar.
The Xanathar are the
Xanathar
eyeball
eyeballs.
people. The
Okay.
Zentarum are the ones with the snake tattoos
Okay. How do you spell Zentarum?
with a Z.
With a Z. Okay. And Xanathar?
Z-H.
Your question.
Xanathar is spelled with an X.
Okay. Got it.
Here. Zentarum is spelled like this.
You know, it's really funny, Jesse. When you turn over and look at me, like my phone's next to yours on my screen, so like you're going like, and like it's looking at it. What? No bad.
Jesse, on stream.
Oh, sorry.
Jen, you look
Xan-
naked.
I'm wearing a dress.
How
Yeah,
cute.
Xanathar is spelled like this. I guess I can watch the stream, and that way I can actually see you guys.
Yeah,
Oh my
you can
gosh,
see
that's
the stream.
brilliant.
Yeah, see? I'm smart. Or Chase is smart.
Yay. Brilliant, brilliant. It's brilliant, I say.
It's one of those many times where Susie likes to take credit for the things that I come up with.
Many times. I mean, it happens like
Um,
every day.
Thank you very much, Susie. We really appreciate all your hard work.
Yeah, Chase, good job.
Okay,
Yep.
so yeah, you guys have come into this warehouse. You were looking for Floon. He wasn't here. You found this Rainier guy, and you have since been accosted, sort of, by a group of the Waterdeep city guard. And the captain of the guard, a man named Staggett, gave Layla like a card, basically, and told you guys to keep the blood off the streets, and then sort of just left
After questioning our intelligence.
several times.
Fair.
Yes. And our sanity.
Several times, yeah. So the question falls to the group of you now. Those that are you, I just deleted Susie's token. Those of you that are there, what do you want to do now?
Are we gonna take this guy home? This new special friend of ours?
Yeah, we should probably take him home.
So Rainier is like, well, if the Zentarum that kidnapped us and now the Zens have, time does seem to be of the essence. Perhaps we should go looking for Floon quickly?
Okay.
Or not? You're the experts in
No,
retrieving kidnapped individuals.
probably the best idea is to look for him quickly. Do you have any idea where like an entrance would be to this hideout?
looks like very confused at that concept, and is
It's
like
7:15 for anyone who cares.
the entrance to the hideout of an. No, I'm sorry, that's not my area of expertise.
Okay. Well, I guess let's go to the local bar and beat some people up until they tell us what we need to know.
Yeah.
So right now, I was
That'll
like,
be
oh
your
yes,
job.
a capital idea. Oh, to beat people.
You're
I
quite
don't-
strong looking.
I don't think that's gonna help much. Beating up people.
Won't it though?
No.
It doesn't
Next time.
solve. Yeah.
Okay.
Violence is the answer to all your problems.
Well, we can just
No,
ask.
it's not.
Isn't it?
No,
I think it is.
it is not.
I'm pretty.
I'm pretty sure that's bullshit.
Oh, okay.
You must
We
have a
can
lot of
ask.
problems then.
Kelrick can ask.
No. I'll over there.
Okay. Well, anyway.
There are much nicer rats.
No.
We're the
Let's see. What did the guard guy say before about where these people hide out? He said the sewers?
He didn't say that directly. He told you to keep the blood off the streets. And when you were asking, like, you gave him a list of places that would this be acceptable? Like, isn't this warehouse considered off the streets? And in that list was the sewers, and he said basically he didn't care about what happened in the sewers.
Oh, well, that's got to be where they are. Obviously.
Yeah. Let's go down in the sewers. That sounds
Alright.
like fun.
Yeah, let's find like the nearest grate to pop down into. Is there
Okay.
one that happens to have a sign that says something about not paying for late pizza? What is that? Can we find that
A wise
one?
man once said, "Forgiveness is divine, but never pay for late pizza."
Can we find that one?
Susie, if you don't have inspiration, you can have it for quoting Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles to me.
Woohoo!
No, but do you guys want to go out and like search for sewer grates?
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
that's an idea.
Okay. You can make.
Can I ask a rat where a sewer grate is?
Yeah. Make
You
a
would know.
animal handling check.
Yay! I can do that with advantage.
Are we gonna ask our friend to crawl into the sewers with us?
Yeah. Well, he said don't take me home, so.
He's got a sword. Like he seems like he's ready to go.
Does he
Alright.
have shoes?
We'll
Can
go
I
on
check
an
and see if
adventure.
he has shoes?
He does have shoes, but he's also been locked in a closet for a long time and may have pissed himself.
Oh, he'll blend right in then.
Oh,
I can't.
Joyden, you're
I
not
can't-
on the map.
I can't even see the map.
That's
Actually,
because you're not on the map, and your token
Aw.
is.
He's a
Let me-
grass tile.
Let me grab your token.
Oh no.
that explains it. Like, cause like I was like watching Susie stream. I'm like, what's wrong with my screen? And then I switched to Chrome, and now I can see all y'all.
Who's gonna say you're going?
Which one of you?
What?
Oh, you're the sexy
I think
tiefling.
it's just because it's not on Jennifer's
am.
head.
Oh, okay.
I'm the curvy
Oh, yeah,
tiefling.
that's very loud. And out of her headphones.
So let me see.
Yeah, you're the sexy tiefling.
Oop, now you're on.
I'm okay.
Look at her.
Animal handling.
You're very graceful.
So,
Yeah.
Kelrick, feel free to describe to me what it looks like when you, because the rat can't talk back. It can understand the things you say, but it cannot speak to you.
Okay.
So what does it look like when Kelrick goes up to this rat? Like, do you pull out some beef jerky? Or are you just talking to it in common and it just kind of knows?
No, I think, okay, and you can say that this is bullshit or whatever, but I think he speaks in, like, a way that nobody who speaks common can understand. Like, it's like some sort of weird middle language.
Oh, like when Dory speaks to whales?
Yeah. But, like, not... Like,
Okay.
not... you can't, like, go, oh, this is what they're saying, because it's just stretched out, but it
Yeah.
sounds like very,
You just like...
So you're making like rat noises at this rat?
Yeah, and I have, like, a piece of,
Okay.
bread.
So, Okay, so one of these rats comes skittering like out of a hole, and Keller like goes over and kneels down near the hole and is making these little chittering noises at it, and holds out a piece of bread, and the rat sort of scurries out, takes a piece of bread, and disappears back into the hole for a few seconds, and then it scurries back out of the hole and like runs out the open doorway toward back out into the alley.
Kelrick just starts lumbering after it.
And I
Aw.
follow.
I guess we're going this way.
No,
Okay.
how
The
cool.
rat fed its family. That's
And
so
so
cute.
so the rat runs up to like a sewer grate, like does a circle around the sewer grate, and then disappears into a nearby building.
I chitter a thanks after it.
Okay.
Cool.
And it's only like around a corner. It's like just outside of the area here, so it's a pretty close by sewer grate.
Is it big enough?
Is it big enough for people?
Yeah, it's like 3 feet across.
Woo! Because I was like,
Yeah,
it's gonna be
big
like
as a
rat
soup.
size, isn't it? Like,
Yeah, no, it's a big like New York City style manhole, but it's set down into the like mud covered. These streets were paved. They're paved, but over time, like mud and other muck has built up over the top of them in the dock ward, and there's just like a couple of inches of just nastiness on top of the street. But the sewage grate, like it's still there.
Can I look for evidence of people opening this grate like recently, or?
No, I don't like this
Make
smell.
a perception or like an investigation check.
Yeah, I did the investigation.
Okay. You can see like boot prints, like heavy boot prints that lead up to it, of about 3 or 4 individuals, and then you can also see the like the markings of what initially probably looks like a wagon mark, like where something was drug or something like that, but they're too close together to be wagon wheels. So maybe somebody's feet being dragged, or maybe just like a cart, like a heavy wheelbarrow.
All
But
right.
they end at the sewer grate.
So this is the way. I know the way.
Can I have like half that much? Sure.
So I guess I'm gonna look around and see if anybody's watching,
I'm gonna get more.
and then I'm gonna try to open this grate.
Yeah, I mean, there are people around, but like nobody seems to be paying you any attention. There are like muddy children running around in the street, and people going back and forth from the actual dock into warehouses, and so there's people around, but like nobody's actually looking at you.
Okay, would I be able to, just by looking at what the grate looks like and around, would I be able to like slip in there without being seen? Do I think?
nice.
Maybe.
I could do that.
I guess I'm gonna like try stealthing. No, I'm pretty loud.
Sure. They have 4. Oh, sorry. Okay.
There's
Okay, Rachel.
Waiting for that stealth roll.
I did, and it's 4, so I'm pretty
it
loud.
didn't.
I like clank around a lot whenever I walk, so.
Oh, roll 20 just froze. That's why I don't see it. Let me try to refresh it. Yeah, I mean, people take notice as you like lift up the sewer grate and it makes this noise. Turn and look at you, but nobody like yells or tries to stop you or is doing anything particular. Like it doesn't seem like an unusual activity for some reason.
She just goes, "I'm the inspector from the city. I will be back in a jiffy," and then she pops down the hole.
Yeah, except you're standing out in the street with like 6 other people.
Yeah, well, these are also inspectors. Okay, bye.
We are poop inspectors.
So when you pull the grate open,
We're the turd. I'm gonna call us. Our group name is now gonna be the Turd Herders. We're the Turd Herders. Excuse
So
us.
Oh no.
when you pull open the sewer grate, there's that smell of like fetid sewage, and the sound of running water comes up out of it. There's a ladder that descends down into the dark, but it does just like you can only see a few feet in, and then it just disappears into darkness. But it reeks.
Oh. I'm gonna light a torch.
Let's go.
I need to make a con save.
If it doesn't smell as bad as you do.
Okay, so Chris, if you're carrying a torch, you will only have one hand for one
I
sword.
managed to not vomit.
What?
If you light a torch, you will have one hand for one sword.
Oh. That is true. I light my sword on fire.
I'm gonna
I'm just letting you know.
I'm gonna touch Chris on the butt.
Can I like roll? Can I
Gently.
take like the rags and like stuff like the stuff that you set on fire like off of the end of the torch and put it on my sword and light that on fire?
I mean, you could, but then as soon as you tried to use it as a weapon, you would have no light. But you're gonna cast light on her.
Yeah. Yeah, Layla's gonna like reach out
Okay.
and touch her. Reach
So
out.
that's-
Oh, just on me.
20 and 20. All players
Okay.
see the light. Okay. Okay, so you descend down into the sewer grate.
And then I would also like to tap Dragonborn.
You can only have
Oh, I
one
can only
light
have one.
going at a time.
Okay, never mind. Then
This
just the
isn't
one.
very good
Have you-
for
Oh,
myself,
okay.
but that's okay.
Have you ever considered using it on yourself?
No. Well, maybe. Very quiet.
For the FBI, the Feces Bureau.
Oh no.
The feces bureau.
Okay, it came back.
Hooray.
When we smell trouble, we come around the trouble.
And I left. If I minimize Discord, I can't hear you anymore.
Oh, that's weird.
That's
Really,
really
Jesse?
weird.
What the fuck? Let me disconnect from the call and reconnect.
Really, Jesse?
It's just pictures
Yeah.
of rats.
Yep.
Keep it
He's
PG.
setting the tone.
Okay, I'm
13.
just gonna make it as small as I can. What if I just...
Did you just play the whole video?
There we go, okay. So,
Yay.
the group, everybody's just following Layla and Chris down into the sewers?
Yep.
Okay. So you guys pile down into the sewers, you follow the stairs down, or the ladder. It branches off into several different paths. Who has the highest passive perception?
I think mine's 14.
Mine was also 14.
Okay. So the two of you can pretty easily find painted on the walls what looks like a wheel with an eye in the center of it and 5 spokes coming off of it.
That seems conspicuous.
And it like marks off the path that turns off to your left. Like, so it's almost like it's showing you the way.
I think we should follow it.
There's walkways on either side of you, a big arched like mason stone sewage tunnel. There's a putrid stream of undescribable horrors flowing between the 2 walkways. And you can see this tiny symbol drawn on the wall in yellow chalk, about the size of a human palm.
Are we on the same map or a different map?
I don't have another map for this, so don't worry about the map.
Okay.
In fact,
Well, then
I'll
let's
just put you guys on the...
then let's just follow that.
Okay.
Don't expect me to be stealthy though.
You follow this path for some time. The turns being marked off in several locations. People are drawing satanic stuff up on here.
You left a
Not
bunch
bad.
of people with art skills alone.
Well, I
Fuck
mean,
me.
I would describe anything drawn on this map as being an art skill.
Well, that's because we were using mice.
Anyway,
I don't know. That tracing is pretty good.
time passes on. You wander around in these tunnels following this trail for probably half an hour. Kelric, every once in a while, something will float by, and Lord Neverember will be like, "Oh dear, oh, quite unpleasant," and try to cover his face. You begin to come up close to one corner. You can see coming around the bend, like nearby you, like a soft glow, like a soft color. Almost like a lantern or something has been lit just around the corner.
Who cast light?
Oh, it's me.
Could you make it not bright?
Can I make it less bright?
You can turn it on and off.
I'll turn it off.
So those of you without dark vision are now in the dark.
Did they see the glow though?
I'm just gonna grab onto Layla.
Any of you like
That's fine.
attempting to be stealthy at this point? You've been walking around the sewers for like half an hour.
I can try to be stealthy, but it's not going to work out very well
Okay.
for me.
Okay.
Joy wants to be stealthy.
Jesse, can you make a perception check for me?
How do I do
Dog
that in
hair
the...
man. Just
you
click
got
on
your
the
character sheet?
click on the word perception on your character sheet, and it'll just roll it in the chat.
Okay. Hold on 1 second. Bear with me, guys. Seriously, there's a bear with me. I'm about to be attacked.
It's me. I'm the bear. Oh.
So I click this here,
Well,
like that.
Yay.
Okay, so you've come down into these sewers in the search of arcane markings, and so far all you've found really are these. Perhaps you found an old legend or a bit of lore that indicates that there was some hidden knowledge down here that you've come seeking. But all you found are these stupid like eyes with spokes around them. And you're sort of frustratingly standing there with your lantern perhaps dimmed down very low, looking at one of these markings, thinking about heading back up to the surface probably, and you begin to hear soft voices and footfalls and the sounds of armor from like around the corner, just back around the path you came up, basically.
Am I able to try and go? Let's see. Does it sound like they're coming towards me?
They seem to have stopped. Like you can hear them, like the soft sound of people like whispering, but you can't make out what they're saying. But they were moving in your direction.
I guess what I'm trying to figure out is, would I know if there's like a vantage point where I can try to get a better look at who's like trying to?
I mean, you could try
by?
to just peek around the corner.
Yeah.
Take a look around the corner.
I'm gonna give
See the
Jesse guidance.
golden dragon.
Jesse's not.
No, I don't know you.
I don't know
that's
you.
right.
That's my
Sorry.
I don't know
purse.
who the fuck you are.
Sorry, I'm sorry, that's my bad. I forgot. I'm so used to us just being part of a party. It's really.
It's okay. Hold
We're
on.
getting there. In a second, you can
Sorry.
cast guidance on him.
you
Sorry.
just
So
see like
is
a
that-
light
is
that-
and you cast guidance.
Yeah, so you can see. A
I
soft light
have a
coming
heart
around the
attack
corner.
as some random ass person casts guidance on me.
So do you want to try to look around the corner without being seen?
Take a look
Yes,
around the
that is
corner.
what
Okay,
I'm
just make a stealth check, and then rather than having everybody else roll perception, we'll choose your passive perception. So you just need a 14 or better to keep from getting seen.
Do you think you can do it, Jesse?
So I'm looking for. Let's see.
So same thing, just click the word stealth on your character sheet.
Yeah.
Okay, they do not see you. So you look around the corner and you can see this group of people huddled around, and you kind of have to let your light go in that direction a little bit, but they don't seem to take notice as they're plotting or planning. And you can see this ragtag group of individuals, a tiefling woman in dark armor and dark clothing with a rapier at her side, a hulking, sort of oddly built man with sort of broad facial features, and his whole body is covered in fur.
Yeah, you know, one of those furry guys.
A squat little dragonborn with wild hair and a crazed look in his eye. A half-orc who is big and has a sort of a warm, welcoming face, but is dressed in like almost like beach clothes, like he's getting ready to go out to the beach. Let me see. Chris is a young woman with a pair of rapiers on her side, heavier armor. You can see a tiefling man with a duelist sword, a very swashbuckling tiefling man. So it's this oddball sort of hodgepodge group of people that are gathered around, and they seem to be like whispering and discussing about what to do next. Maybe they noticed the light of your lantern or heard you, and you seem to have spooked them.
Something smells shitty.
I think something smells shitty everywhere.
I'm gonna attempt to scurry back into the around the corner.
So you just go back around the corner. So
Yeah.
the rest of you guys, what have we come to a decision? Like you quickly snuff out the bits of light that you have.
I think Layla's just like, she gets frustrated because she can't sneak. And she's like, guys, this just ain't working. And then
Let's
she just puts
punch
light
him.
back on you. She's like, come
Oh.
on, let's just go.
How am I gonna get the drop on someone if I blow it?
Well, we're not gonna get the drop on me. I'm sitting here clunking. And then she shakes the armor.
Yeah, I guess so.
It's more important right now to never try to be hiding.
I'll go out
Yes.
first then. And then you can, because I'm clunky, you know. So I guess I'll walk around the corner.
Yeah.
Clunk,
Okay.
clunk,
So-
clunk, clunk.
Joyden comes around the corner, and Jesse, you can describe what she sees. You can describe your character. I think that's the in-character reaction, but I want to know what your character physically looks like.
No, no. My character is about 6 foot tall, very dark maroon hooded cloak, pretty much like you can see. And I don't know if you can see my avatar there. The wonderful Rachel and Denny did a very good job of drawing the little picture. It's also in the Discord if you want to see a larger version, also the full body version.
I want to
But
see
yeah,
the full body version of Jesse. I mean, wait, what?
and and I have like a face veil, so there's not much to see other than I'm
Which helps
kind
with
of
the
thinner build, about 6 feet tall.
So
taller side, and-
neither one of you have done anything aggressive at this point, so like neither one of you really feels a particular threat. But you have sort of come around the corner, and you can see, Layla, you can see Jess is standing there, this tall man in heavy robes with his face covered. And he's sort of standing there with a hooded lantern mostly closed, and the two of you come around the corner and see each other, and there's that awkward moment where you sort of just look at each other, like trying to decide what to do next.
I think what Layla does is
very high
she
constitution.
like kind of leans up against the wall.
I'm willing to see if I vomit.
That would be a
And she
really bad
goes-
idea in here.
Oh, okay.
Like
Well,
you
she
go to lean up against the wall, and then you look at it and change your mind.
and then she just strikes like a really cute pose. So she's like, "Well, hello
Aw.
there."
No, she starts to do this, and then she looks at
And then
Let
she's
me
like,
put on my courtship face veil.
she like goes to reach out and she's like, how are you? I'm looking for a man named Floon. Are you Floon?
You say Floon?
I am not
Is
Floon.
it Floon?
What's happening?
Shit.
We
Well,
find Floon?
then what good are you?
You found Floon?
Yes.
Oh, good. Now we can get out of here.
All right, let's go.
He's
Wait, is
not
everybody here or just 2 people?
Floon.
I don't think that's...
I'm gonna yell back. He's not Floon.
Aw.
Oh. Well, have you taken the cloak off? It might be underneath.
Floon is not in my cloak.
Would you mind double checking?
Oh god.
Yes.
He's a wily one. We've been on the hunt for days.
I
One
see.
day. This is still the same day.
It just feels like a really little.
One day.
I'm pretty tired. Alright, well, if you're not Floon, have you seen Floon? He's a handsome man, wearing fancy clothes, black hair, fine features.
I've seen a lot of things.
Why are you here?
I'm
Are
going
you
for a walk.
following this?
In the sewer.
I like
Everyone
the
needs
aesthetic.
alone time.
That is a shit aesthetic.
Out of character, I also like aesthetic.
It's still a shit aesthetic.
Why are you here?
We're looking
We're
for
looking for
Floon.
Floon. Yeah.
Who is this Floon?
Some guy.
Oh, he's a fine man with very fine features and black hair, and he's really fancy.
He's
If
basically
you'll
this
excuse
guy.
me.
So I think I'm gonna grab our noble friend and just
Yeah,
point to him.
so
But
Renar-
his hair is
Renar like
different.
takes a step forward. Oh yes, Floon and I are quite similar. His hair is much darker than mine.
Are you brothers?
So you've come to the sewer.
No, I have
to
no
look for
siblings.
Pretty
Oh.
men.
Are you cousins?
I don't believe so. We might be brothers. My father has had his dalliances. He's quite.
My gas.
No.
Escandalo.
Just the one. You bosom buddies.
I
Look,
don't know what that means.
Like me and my friend Curtis.
I
Please
don't know.
touch me that close. But neither of you have.
That doesn't really explain much.
Good friends.
We
you
are good friends, yes. Floon.
Touch each other at night.
I don't think that's
God
what's
damn
supposed
it.
to be.
Hang on, I'm gonna make an insight check for. He is a. Yeah, let me get his stats.
Can I join in on that insight?
Sure.
Woo! Nope.
Oh wait, I want to look.
Insight +4. Holy shit, Rainer.
He has
Okay,
one
he's real
skill.
good at it. He's real good at this. He
That's
looks
shocking.
at you and goes, "Oh, I'm sorry. You're asking if we're intimate partners? No." And then he like that's when it clicks, and he looks over at Curtis and Buster, and he's like, "Oh, okay."
I'm
And then
gonna
he looked.
step away. Where are you going, friend? And he just keeps waddling after you.
Yeah, and then he
Oh, you
looks.
friend.
He looks back over at the group of you and is like, "Friend, the robed figure. You do know it's quite dangerous down here. You should not be traveling alone."
Yeah, there's poop everywhere. You might step in it.
this is true. Also, cloaca or still trying to figure that one out.
I always travel alone. I always poop alone.
Oh,
Well, one of those things is just a generally good practice, and the other one might get you killed.
Pooping
Yeah.
alone?
Sometimes you gotta have a buddy at your back while you're pooping. You know,
They have to tell you how you're doing.
just in case.
Graded?
Well, I mean, like if you're out in the wild, and there's like bears or something, you don't with a buddy.
Right,
Use
well,
the buddy
That is
system.
a lie.
bye.
come with us. If we find this Floon, you'll get
I don't-
some money.
Money?
Money. Dragons. Yeah.
Wait,
money.
why are we sharing our money with
Not
him?
including people
Oh
in
no,
our
our Mystic is a
quest.
weeboo.
Hey, we're going
Money?
against a gang. We need a shit ton of people. You guys want to fight a gang war with how many of us?
More money,
Gang
though.
war? What? Dragons? Money? What?
Oh, that's
There's
what
also a
money's called.
house that
All
is
of
for
those
us.
things.
It's
I think.
just don't ask.
Anyways, we're looking for Floon.
Cut to the chase.
You want to help us find
I'm
You
still
said there's-
curious why you're here.
You said there's dragons with this Floon?
Floon? No.
A dragon.
think so.
A dragon is a coin, friend.
Oh, yes. I knew that.
Well, I do
Well, I
believe this
didn't.
fine group of adventurers are getting paid by the illustrious Volothum Kadar, and perhaps you've heard of him. He's giving them 100 gold pieces each to locate my friend. If perhaps if you join in, he would pay you as well.
He'd better. Let's go.
Yes! New friend!
Sure.
Bless
I
you.
can tell we're going to be friends. We wear the same colors.
And Raynar sort of looks around and like tries to figure out. He finally like settles on Chris, and he's like, "Is this how adventuring groups always form together? You meet in a bar, and then you find other people in sewers. Is this how it works?"
I don't know. I don't usually join parties.
Oh, okay then. I'll ask one of the others.
Yeah.
And then he does it.
That's how it works.
Oh,
Can
okay.
I overhear him? I don't know.
Yeah, no, he's not trying to.
Often.
Yeah, usually you meet in a bar or you meet in the sewers. One of those two places. That's how everything starts. In a bar, in the
Or
sewers.
house parties, wherever fits our fancy.
Trader Joe's, cheese.
Oh.
You know, that's how you meet your party. When you buy too many
Trader
cheeses.
Joel's
Trader Joel's.
or
Ooh.
Joseph's.
Trader Jolos.
Jolos.
I hope that's a thing.
So you guys sort of just continue through the sewers at this point?
I think so. I
Uh-huh.
don't know if our new friend is joining us though.
He says he's DT.
What's your
Dungeon
what's
Delf?
your what's your marching order? Like, what order are we in?
I'm
I
not
want
in the
to
front.
be near the front.
Me too.
I want to be near the end.
I'll be near the front.
Back.
Me too.
I'll
I'll be with
I'll
you.
be
We'll
in-
be talking shoes.
Awesome.
Shiz.
I
You
think I would
missed,
want to
you
stay
missed the
behind the
out of
group.
fashion shoes that they
Cheers.
found last session, by the way. Uzi.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Oh, they were terribly out of fashion.
Mm-hmm.
Wooden sandals. They were all the rage like last summer, and now they're.
I
Yeah,
mean,
they're out
I've
of-
seen cycles come and go, and I've seen that one about twice now, and they can stay away.
But you know,
Don't worry,
sandals
we'll
will come
bear-
back around into fashion, but the wooden ones might not come back.
Well, the wood won't
Sandals
stay
are
good
forever.
Not for like 20 years, I think.
Okay, so who is first? Who's in the front?
I don't mind being first.
Yeah, I'll be
Nah,
behind you.
me.
What?
Also, I feel like I would be very. I'll probably be the last one, if only for the fact that I can see above everyone.
Hang on, I'm getting an ad on this computer I borrowed.
Oh, that sucks.
There we go. Okay, I made it shut up.
Taller than you.
Okay, so
It's a feature.
Chris,
I've read about these in the Arcane Tomes.
and it's not a bug; it's a feature. So Chris and Kimbo take the front. Joyden is in the back, and where is Kelric?
Kelric's in the absolute back.
So Kelric's following up the rear. Where is? Yeah, you.
I'll be just in front of Kelric.
Just in front of Kelric, and then Buster.
I guess we're in the middle.
Okay, somewhere in the center.
Can I cast guidance on the person in front?
It only lasts for like a minute,
Yeah.
so you're just gonna keep doing it over and over and over again.
Why
Just in
not?
case. Just in case they need to make a skill check.
Yeah, just in case.
And what about Jessith? Where is Jessith in the pack?
So you're saying there's only enough room here for a single line?
You can walk two abreast.
Okay, I think I would want to walk in the very back of this group that I just met. I wouldn't trust someone
How'd you
Mm-hmm.
being
do?
right behind me.
Okay. Oh, I took a piece of art with me.
Am I supposed to? Is there a way I can easily focus on this thing where you're?
Someone's
I
finishing
still just
the
see Chunkus's face, or am I not
Put it
supposed to see
back.
anything right now?
You can zoom in and out on the right. There's
I
like
need to
a
take some
slide
of
bar
this-
up on the top right.
I need to take some of this shit off.
Who am I? Oh, here, I can just clear the drawings. You guys can draw new stuff next week.
Hard work. I
Who
think.
am I missing? I'm missing Joyden. So Joyden, you wanted to be in the rear as well, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I wouldn't want this Jessith person to be behind us, so I'd probably be walking next to him,
Okay.
finding his stance on shoes.
Asking
And
the
seeing
important
if-
questions.
So what kind of shoes do you wear? Do you wear these off-brand wooden sandals that everybody's talking about, or should we convert you to the air of Jordans? Jordans.
Prada. Always Prada. From Prada of Waterdeep.
I think they prefer nada.
Indeed.
I've heard their bags of holding are very nice.
For your
very
feet?
expensive.
Ooh.
Also, what is this prata?
Prada?
Are you poor?
Oh no.
I see.
Boop. Okay.
I'm seeing black.
Darkness. I see a black screen and I want it painted black.
Same.
Okay. Just as long as
There are no colors anymore. They all color.
I don't like my little box being this hydrated color. I think so. I think maybe. Oh, I think I can maybe.
You right click on it and then you can pick a color.
Hold on. Damn it.
What about now?
No.
You guys still can't see?
No.
Nope.
I can literally see if I use your tokens.
That's weird.
I only see a black
I see nothing.
I don't see any
Half
tokens.
sight. Zoom all the way out.
Wait, I did. It's just
Are
black.
they still attached to our character sheets?
Yeah, it's still
Yep.
black.
Actually, Chase, are you able to see my webcam?
I can't see anybody's webcam, so.
I can see you.
I can see yours.
Well,
Don't.
no, because I was
Let's
going to
start with
show Chase what I
Chris's.
see. but-
I mean, he could just go to
You
Susie's
can't
for
see
that.
anything either.
Yeah, I can't see nothing.
Okay.
She's black.
Well, like when you told us what order we were walking in. I don't know if you were putting that in any kind of order on the screen. But
Was. But
I didn't
I can't
see
see
that.
you two anymore.
for some reason, it's not.
I
It's
can see
registered in players' journals, can be
Amazing.
controlled by, and it has the
Now I can
correct.
see you.
Then I can
Weird.
see you guys. Yeah.
Oh, it came in?
Holy crap! I can see like almost everybody.
Except for Jesse.
No,
Really? You
I
can't
still
see
can't
that?
see
Almost
the
everybody.
map.
Cool.
I can see everybody except for
Let me check your token.
Chris.
What?
Can it
You're the
get
only one I
unsaid
can't see.
on my webcam?
Oh, you don't have your.
Really?
Do tieflings have dark vision?
Yes.
Your sight was turned off, Jordan. That's why you couldn't see. Now you can see.
I can't see though. So I guess mine
Well,
is
do
too.
you want to cast the light spell, Susie?
I'm going to have a poop.
No, you
I should
were set
have
up.
dark
Right.
vision.
As sight.
So in
yeah,
other
you have
words, the
dark
light
vision.
comes on and we just character like with his butt over the shit stream.
Why is it doing
Or
this?
no, wait, sorry, that's right. You always poop
It's a
alone.
survival roll.
See how well you.
How quietly you poop.
I got a 17.
It's a quick poop.
Mighty fine poop that was.
Stealth poop.
Okay,
Quite
so it's
stealthy.
set to your character sheet. It says can be edited and controlled by, and it says Layla.
Layla.
You
Where
are
are
the
we
owner.
supposed to be? Bottom right?
Bottom left.
Bottom left? Nope.
Oh.
Okay, other than Susie,
what?
who cannot see.
Me.
I can't see, but I selected something.
I also cannot see.
Everybody.
Oh, those are the
Cool.
nuclear.
Yeah, I selected.
It's being
Oh,
fucking
thanks.
weird. I will just set it to where.
Oh hey, I grabbed a person and now I moved them and then I can see them, but I can't see anything else.
I'm
That's
gonna
not
try to
you.
leave the. I'm gonna try to leave the
Okay.
game and come
Okay,
back and see if
sorry.
that. thing's working.
No, I think it's the way it's set up. I'm just gonna have to make it to where you can all see each other because for some reason you're not in my player list on your character sheet. Like nobody's player name is in here.
I saw a white thing. Yep.
Stop
Yeah.
moving shit around.
I'm sorry.
I need to be able to click on those, and if you move them around, I can't do that.
I'm sorry.
Somebody's character is just gone, and now somebody's drawing shit on the map.
I can't see if.
Okay. So Chris has sight.
Do I?
Yeah. Jessis has sight, but can't see because he's a human. Kimbo Slice should be able to see now.
No.
Layla. Should be able to see now.
Sorry, I just saw Buster's full name.
Yeah, no. I don't. I can't see.
You still can't see?
Mm-mm.
What is... Okay, it's gotta be the way I have the map set up then. Oh, this laptop's so slow.
Yeah. Go for it. Do it. Yeah.
Can you grab me a bev?
I will. Would you like?
Roll 20 just froze.
Anything other than that mango thing that's awful. Oh, do y'all want to play the drink when something happens game?
No.
Hot D?
Do you want to play the drink when something happens?
No, not again. I'm afraid. Maybe Nick's gonna reset.
Yeah, you gotta give your livers time to repair.
Yeah.
The secret is to just wait until your liver
Oh, you
becomes
know what it
completely
is?
cirrhosed. That way it
Fog of
just
War is
nothing
turned
but
on.
scar
That's
tissue.
what nobody can see.
Oh,
So let me go back
that was
and fix
higher.
everybody's goddamn character sheet.
Okay. I'm gonna.
Now my thing's frozen. I'm gonna what?
All right, we should be good, other than the fact that people moved around their tokens.
Hold on.
Cool.
I think I need to restart my thing's all messed up now. Crashed it. Let me actually. I'm just gonna get out of all this shit.
Okay. So Susie, do you have the light cantrip cast on somebody?
I do. I have it cast on Chris.
Okay.
Layla, I've been snorting bees lately.
So that's a 20 by 20. All players see light. Chris, you should be able to see now.
I can see.
Jesseth.
I don't think I'm in the game right now. I have to get back in. My Chrome crashed. There was too much fuckery on it once.
Roll 20 is sometimes likes to do that.
Uh,
Kimbo. Okay, everybody can see now, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, but you're unfortunately seeing what everybody else can see.
That's
Uzi, you still can't see?
No,
I can't see,
Zochi
but
can
I
see.
closed the window and
Oh,
I'm
okay.
starting over.
Layla. Okay, so you come to a corner while I'm fixing your character sheets again. You come to a corner, you come around a bend, there's another one of these things, and I want the two people in front to make perception checks for me.
Not me.
I just got into total darkness.
I don't know.
I'm waiting for it to reload.
Real good.
Okay, I can see thing now.
Oh, cool. I only see the area immediately around
I
me.
did good.
You should be able to see the light coming from...
I don't think I'm set for dark vision.
I don't think you have dark vision.
We had this discussion last week.
I only see a circle around my character, but I think that's...
Don't look at me like that!
What?
No, Jesse, if I control L on your character, I can see everything.
Really? Well, I only
Same thing with Cat. If I control L on your character, I can see everything.
Yeah, I can see like the news.
Yeah, I only see me in a circle. I mean...
I closed the window, like I closed it and completely reopened it, and now I can see.
Yeah,
That's what I just did, is I just closed everything and reopened it. But
Usually you can just.
how can I... Oh, let me try that.
Did you turn it off and on?
No! I was taking a poop.
Okay. No,
It was a mighty fine poop.
Yeah, it's fixed. You just need to
It was
refresh.
almost a nat 20 poop.
Okay. So, Kimbo, from around the corner, like over the din of the slurring noises of the water, you can hear something else, almost like a wet, grumbling, growling sound. Coming from what you think is the north, kind of this direction.
I don't like it. Guys,
You don't like what?
I don't like that growly sound.
I don't hear nothing.
It's gross.
Curtis, are you hungry
I think I already had my weapon, but I think
It's a grumbling.
putting extra
Oh,
grip
no, it's
on
not
it.
me. I
like-
could never be hungry in this pile of poop.
Oh, good.
Can I make it like a perception? Like, I don't know if I can hear that.
Once
sound
it's
that you
pointed
made.
out to you, you can hear it.
I don't like the way Cat's facing.
Mm-hmm.
You look like you're about to stab me in the back.
She's got garlic bread.
Also, it's not my fault you're facing a wall.
Can I, like, up, down, left, right, orient my...
And you can grab it. If you click on it, it'll get a little bar.
I think I'm gonna start moving forward.
Okay. Let me see what you can see.
Oh no, I don't want to do that. How do I
Okay.
just face it?
As you peer around through the river of like sludge and muck,
Mhm.
you don't see anything, but you can hear that sound like clearly coming from like right
get it.
here, but it's
That's
just out of your line of sight.
Can I cast, No, I don't have anything to cast, sorry.
You guys just think there's something nasty around the corner to the left.
Yeah, it's
There's something nasty everywhere.
Oh, I see. I get it.
Oh dear.
I think that sounds worse
Oh.
than Sydney.
Is this a space I can occupy?
Oh. I can
Yes.
burp closer if you want.
I want to pop around the corner
It's really loud.
and take a look, like peek. Do I see anything around the corner?
No, this
And-
is really loud.
No.
Oh, okay.
Yes, you do.
Oh, I do?
Okay.
Fancy McStuff Pants is gonna turn the corner. Go Floon!
Um,
All right, I'm gonna go.
Is it Shift S? I forget how to show things to
Oh,
players.
don't walk in there.
I just did.
Oh.
I'm gonna blow this up so you can see it, and then I'm gonna shrink it back down.
Oh.
oh, great.
Ugh.
So you see this tiny little gray-green thing, this little orb with eye stalks coming out of it. It's a little miniature thing that popped up around the corner. And Layla, when you stick your head around the corner, it goes, and like one of its eyes begins to glow like a blue color.
Can I pop
Um,
back around the corner before it does
Yeah, and then
something to me?
we're gonna roll initiative.
Okay.
Oh, I don't like this.
So Jesse, to roll initiative, click on your token, open up your character sheet, and then just click the word initiative.
Okay. I think I need to do this.
And make sure you have your character sheet select or your token selected.
And then I just click initiative like that. Would that work?
Yep.
Mm.
Yep, you're in there.
I think I have to. Oh.
Yeah, I was waiting for it to load.
And let me know when everybody's rolled. And let me make sure everybody's in there. Kelrick,
Oh.
Kimbo, Layla, Jetheth, Jordan, Chris. I don't have Curtain Buster. You guys didn't click on your.
We just rolled.
You didn't click on your token.
Oh.
I see them though. I see their initiative.
Yeah, but it didn't add it to the turn order.
That's
Great.
weird. Usually, if you
Because-
don't click on your token, try to do it. It just gives you an error message.
It'll still roll. It just won't add it to the turn order.
Mm.
This thing may not even get a turn because there's so many of you. And descending, Kelrick, you get to go first. So you hear this, and then Layla darts back around the corner. And,
Oh my God, Buster.
there's this noise, and this blue beam of energy rockets back where she was standing. Jordan, you were the way the fuck back here.
Oh, I grabbed the wrong person.
Oh no, that's you.
So-
Sorry, you were.
Yeah, that's me. But I was standing in the middle and I walked forward.
I am going.
Cry. No. Did I recognize the sound of the?
You saw this blue light go by. You don't know what the fuck this thing is.
Can I roll a knowledge check?
Once you look at it.
Okay. All right. Well, then I will pick. Actually, I'm going to turn invisible for a turn. So I'm going to do hidden step.
Okay.
I'm still at like half health from the last.
And
by the
then
way.
Are in ninja mode.
Can we not take a short rest? Since
I'm gonna like stand in the same
You
place.
did not take a short rest. No.
Well,
And then get a look at this thing, and then
Can you see it from where you are?
apparently,
Yeah, you can see it. Okay, you can make your knowledge arcana check. It's actually like this big. But you can see right. So knowledge arcana.
Okay. I gotta find a sheet.
You don't know what it is.
Okay.
So you see this little floating eyeball monster, or at least the stalks of it. Its eyes glowing like hollow stuff, like it's slowly shifting through RGB colors.
Weren't
You
there like
can't
some
end your turn there,
people
so you
that
gotta move
recognize
forward or
Oh, that's
back.
fine. I'll move back. I basically just want to stick my head out. and see
Ooh,
if
I know
can
what it
identify
is.
You gotta look at it first. Can you see it? You can.
I can see it, yeah.
We will do that on your turn, which is now.
So
So you look around the corner, you see this little eyeball thing. I want to know how come Kelric knows what the fuck this thing is, because he's not trained in Arcana.
Kimbo.
He doesn't. Yeah, sorry,
But
Kimbo.
didn't we see like the stuffed beholder at
We
that
did,
shop?
and we.
It looks like one of those, but like tiny and with fewer eyes.
Aww.
Yeah, I mean.
And it's drooling out of like the corner of its mouth, and it's floating, but it's sort of bobbing at like an odd angle.
Mm. I think as a military person too, like I've studied
make it a pet.
bad stuff. Like
Okay, so that's
book
this is
bad
one
stuff.
of the bad things you've read about in case you ever ran across it. It's called a gazer. It's basically a small beholder.
It's a baby beholder.
It's not a baby. They don't grow up or change. This is its true form.
Oh, it's a mini beholder.
They're just like little tiny beholders. Beholders, yeah, it's basically what it is.
Yeah, pygmy elephant.
A teapot beholder.
Still your turn.
Teapot or teapot.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go try to beat the shit out of it.
No.
Yes. It's an aberration.
So this green part is like sewage. It's sludge.
Oh god.
And you'll be about knee deep in it, so it's
I
difficult.
don't care.
That's in your
So
shoes.
5.
I don't care.
15 to here. Plus another 10, 25 to here. So this is like as far as you can get.
Okay.
It's right here.
Can I get to? Is that too many?
I feel like this is a stealth mission and we're just breaking down.
Let
I'm
me
trying
see.
to remember if I can.
Cute. Yeah,
Like,
and then
That's 5. Is that 5?
that's 5, and that's 10,
10.
15.
15?
That's as far as you can get.
Okay, that's fine.
Is that your turn?
Okay.
So you still have your action.
Yeah, I'm
Shoot at it.
gonna go ahead and use my fancy pole. I think I can throw it. Let me see. Let me use my light crossbow.
Okay.
Put that.
13 hits.
Okay. And so
And
then
click on the name of the thing in chat, and that'll roll damage for me. So it's actually just 5 because it rolled a 20 because I haven't fixed that yet. So 5 points of damage.
it's not 2d6 per the.
No, because see how it rolled a 13 and a 20? It's because it's rolling with advantage and it took the 20.
Oh.
So it should just be a d6. And I thought I had fixed that, but apparently I haven't. Let me get it fixed. Anyway.
Do I get the +2?
You get the 5.
Oh, so you're actually saying I rolled a.
You rolled a 3 plus 2.
And that adds it automatically. Okay.
Yeah. And for some reason it's still rolling with advantage. Okay, so you stab into it. The arrow, it collides into its little side and rips a little chunk out of it. It sort of bobs in the air and it turns and looks at you and it's like... Layla.
He's so cute.
Is it?
I'm going to peek around the corner again.
It lives in poop.
And cast Sacred Flame.
Like that beetles are cute.
So I'm gonna take a step out.
That's like their job.
Sacred Flame.
He's not rolling.
It's a dexterity check for DC of 13.
He's not like living in the poop, really.
He needs to make a dexterity. It floats.
Like he's swimming in it.
Does that matter?
So, dexterity check of 13. No, I was describing the fact that it is not in the poop.
Okay.
Dexterity. I got a 9. It takes 7 points of damage.
So yeah, 7 points of damage, and then I pop back around the corner.
Would you like to describe how you flame it?
It's
not dead.
Yeah.
I want to know what your spell looks like.
I think she just kind of like pops around the corner, and this like really bright white light comes out of her eyes,
Book any languages.
And she hits it with her bright white eyes.
Okay. So the fire rockets out of your eyes and slams into this thing's body. It bobs into the air and hits off the wall and then turns and back and looks at you. And you deck back around the corner. Sydney, I'm fucking with your character sheet.
Oh, why?
Because yours, it's alphabetical and yours is first. Jesseth,
Okay.
it is your turn, sir.
Mm,
I think there's a way. Roll queries.
I want to. Is there any way to like? So, are you the only one that can do that, like green arrow and feet and all that?
Oh no.
The arrow? And I click on the
like,
little
ruler
ruler on
thing
the
right
left.
there? Yeah.
Oh, I see. Then I can
And
do.
you can measure.
Yeah.
Okay, because I want to move here. I have a small, like, aside question.
Mhm.
So, well, this is just information for you, and you can use it as you will, or tell me I can't do this. But I took, as one of my, like, evil whatever languages, I took deep speech. So I'm supposed to be, so, yeah, just whatever.
Yeah, if you want to try to talk to it in deep speech,
yeah, that's what I'm trying.
Find out if it speaks deep speech.
Sure, but I think I would need to see it first. So first, I'm gonna walk.
Yeah, I don't know if Kimbo bothered telling you what it was, or if he's just like, I see it, I know what it is, I kill it. I don't know if he
Yeah, so far no one has like talked. They've just been like fighting. So I need to. What am I? Hold on. Oh, I need to do this now. So I need to do this here. And then I would kind of like to look like that.
That's one way to do it.
Would I be able to see it from here?
I don't know.
Can
you see it?
Well, that's what I'm trying to. Because right now I'm standing right here. I can like.
Where are
I
you?
can't really see. Yeah. Because I can see like a bit of something, but realistically, I don't know if I would.
Yeah, you can see it.
Okay.
If you can see it on your screen, you can see it.
Can I like just shout out in like deep speech, "Who or what are you?" and see what see what happens?
Yeah, you turn and what does deep speech sound like?
Hopefully a lot like what he's been saying.
Where's the?
I like the idea that it sounds like a didgeridoo.
Can I see? Can I see this thing?
You can just literally make it up. It's fine.
No, that's Murmish.
No, that's.
I think it's supposed to sound like how beholders sound. I think.
Scrappy Doo speech was directly in your mind.
Scrappy Doo.
Like I thought speech was like a brain.
No, it's a language. It's a spoken language.
You're cursing the table, Rachel. I'm making it
Why did you just call it? Wait, this isn't the right book.
You asked for it.
That was the Player's Handbook. I just read Volo's Guide to Monsters.
Just make it up, dude.
No, yeah. I just made it up several times.
Okay, it doesn't seem to understand or respond to the noises you're making.
And I assume that's a full action?
No, you're just yelling at it. It's a free action to yell at it.
Okay. Well, let me go ahead and attempt to do my mind flay on it, or mind thrust on it, because I don't like
Okay, thrust it with your mind.
Okay, so I just...
If you just click on it, it'll throw it in the chat. So it just takes 4 points of damage for this one, or no? This is an intelligence saving throw. There's one that you have that's just auto damage, right? Oh god, it's real good at these. It fails.
That's hubris.
No, I was saying it's real good. It has a -4.
Oh god.
Oh my gosh.
It's real dumb.
Oh, poor stupid baby.
But it's supposed to be 4 plus that red dot thing. So I'm in the
Oh, so
psychic assault mode.
Yeah, for that you just have to tell me that it takes an extra 2.
Okay, so yeah, so it'll be 6, I guess.
Okay.
What has your mind thrust?
That's what I was gonna ask. Do you just look at it real hard and like its brains turn to jello? Do you have to like do some like? Do you have to touch your head? Is there some like
to think it's
ninja
like the
hand
yummy
movement
Yugi
stuff?
thing, where, you know,
It's
from
supposed to be all
Yu-Gi-Oh!
mental.
Is there?
Like kind of
Do you
what
do
my
like the Sith Lord thing where you
He,
like hold
mind
out like your
touches them
hands
and,
at
like,
it?
the screen like breaks
well,
apart.
that's see, I use so I have the staff
It
as a
hurts,
focus, but I don't really need a focus per se. But so whenever I'm doing it, I kind of just like I have kind of this stance with the staff, but really it's just kind of like you know a kind
So you
of
just lock eyes. You're just giving it a stare down.
pretty much, but it's almost like you know how like whenever they try to do a like a Jedi mind trick, where they just do the kind of like wave, you know?
Yeah, like a subtle.
Yeah, so it's kind of like that. It's
Okay.
but it's more intense locked, like so it'd be like.
So Jess steps out and gives this thing a hard look and sort of just waves his hand at it, and it like bobs in the air for a few seconds, and you can see around it has a tear duct on either side of its eye, and on either side of its eye you begin to see blood like run out of the sides of its eyes, and the eye bulges in its head like there's pressure behind its skull. It's still up, but it's like on its last legs probably.
It doesn't
Joy
have
did.
legs.
I would like to step around the corner and shoot it with my bow. If I can.
Please do that.
Okay, I have
Uzi has no neck.
20,
Oh, wait.
25.
Are you hooked up here?
Yeah,
Are you
33.
hooked up to this?
I'm 10.
Yeah, you can't quite see it.
Okay,
From where you're
turn
standing.
off your.
One more square.
Yeah.
Into the poop. Now you can see it.
Awesome.
I mean, it might be coming out of the laptop.
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
I just
I kept thinking that like
click
every
my
now
short
and then, I
bow
was like,
or
Yeah, just click on under attacks.
Well, no,
Short
it's just
bow.
but
yeah, it's coming through Discord.
In like the center of your character sheet. That hits. So in the chat
Maybe
log,
it's
click
coming
short bow,
through, so-
and it'll roll damage.
I mean, it could be roll 20 wisdom audio.
oh,
So 5
Well, it's
points
not
of
going anywhere.
damage.
That's what's important.
take that, you sack of crap.
So the eye has begun to bulge out of its like face, and Jordan just pops it like a balloon. He sticks her head around the corner, and the arrow snaps into it, and the eye bursts, and the pressure that was built up inside of its skull like gives way. So there's an eruption of whatever goo made up this thing's brain into the sludge and fluid underneath. It falls out of the air and begins to get washed slowly through the stream of sewage down towards your feet. I got a pee, so let's take a 5-minute break.
Okay.
Break time.
Looks like we'll all need.
Oh man.
Oh, that would be like the saddest obituary ever. Rest in PP.
All right, we'll be right back.
Okay.
that's a
Correct,
rule.
and the game
That's
was
always been a
happening.
rule.
Better believe that's a paddling.
No looking up the
What
monsters.
happens when you move away?
Looking
Aw.
at pictures.
Aw.
That's a
Y'all
paddling.
lose inspiration because Cat looked up a monster.
Damn it!
Just
Cat,
being an
how
asshole.
dare
That's not true. I
Wait,
lied.
you only did that whenever you were here.
No.
Like you pulled up the photo of the people when you were here.
But then I'd show you the picture for like 3 seconds and then shut the book.
That's basically what I did.
He put his hand over the stats.
I would put my hand over the stats.
Yeah.
But don't look at this.
Also, now that you showed us this, I can look at all the little things. it's
Yeah,
got.
now that we have
It's
all
got
the
a
Wikipedia
dazing
articles
ray,
for it,
fear ray,
thing.
frost,
good.
telekinetic ray.
Very helpful.
Exciting.
Oh,
I mean, I showed you what
So
it looked
bad.
like.
After.
Before he
Not
made
before.
it big.
Aw.
He blew
Oh,
it
it's
up.
got telekinesis.
Before
I
we
know,
all
that's
did.
why I tried to speak deep speech to it.
Oh, good question. Is the death curse lifted?
Oh.
Oh, I can
What?
see it now. It got real big for a second.
Somebody
boy.
kills somebody, we'll find. Oh,
Oh, that's true.
death curse.
It got really
Oh.
big, then it went flaccid again.
Nope.
Our characters, for some
Ah,
reason,
it's
have
huge!
PTSD.
Ah,
We're like getting high off of
Uh.
the fumes, probably.
I keep seeing a big ass appearing in the hallway. I'm tripping balls, man.
How do you spell Tarask?
Oh dear.
Nope, no reason.
Don't know how
Oh,
to
like
spell it.
the big monster with the tusks and everything.
Yeah, it's like a,
I think it's like TORASQUE.
I don't remember. Hang on.
What kind of monster is it?
It was in StarCraft, right?
No, I mean it might have been, but it's a D&D monster.
I hope one of those can't fit in the sewer.
It's
I was gonna throw one on the map really quick as a dig, but I can't remember how to spell it.
so the D&D one is spelled differently, but there is a StarCraft one called Tarask, which I think is a ripoff.
The
of the
D&D one came first, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll here's the
Yeah, it's not in Bolos. I cannot tell you. Unless
I
it's
was
not.
in the-
It does,
They
unless
just
it doesn't
changed-
start.
They just changed it from an A to an O and
Does
said,
it
"You
spell
made this?
Tarask
I
like
made this."
pterodactyl?
Also,
Hmm.
cat.
Yeah,
I don't know. But the skirt
Tarask
that
would
you're
be
wearing
like
Oh,
only
it's
has
spelled-
certain what
Thanks,
is
Jesse.
it? Like non-copyrighted monsters on it. They're all monsters that appear in D&D,
Does it look the same?
but they're
I don't know. Google Tarask
they're not
D&D and then
because there are
let me
certain
know.
ones that are copyrighted by Wizards of the Coast, like Beholders, because Maya almost put like a Beholder on there. and
It
then-
looks a little bit different. Well, no, it's pretty much the same thing. Just
Yeah, it was
the
a StarCraft
one
monster
had- yeah.
or it was a D&D monster like way before it was a StarCraft thing.
Yeah, I think StarCraft just gave, instead of like its arms, it has like these giant kind of scythes blade things.
Is it like Godzilla sized in StarCraft?
So you
Yeah.
guys, I smell like poop and tired. Can I take a short rest?
Are we
Just
ready
sit
to
down in the
D&D?
poop.
Yeah,
I'm
let's
ready to.
take a short rest.
All right, let's
Just
D&D.
sit down in the poop, take a nap.
Let's
Okay, I found the spelling.
You guys,
Woohoo.
Congrats,
oh,
Cat.
Jesse already hooked me up with the spelling.
Sorry. How do I?
Hold on, Cat, open the book
Did you
again.
know?
We're gonna-
Hang on, I want to
Type it
memorize
into
some of these
Google,
pages
so
real quick.
Cat-
I don't have.
It's like a CR30 monster or some shit like
It's really. It looks really cool.
Ooh,
Yeah.
hold it closer.
No, no, it's all the way down.
that.
Do I just?
Yeah,
flip
anyway.
over?
What do?
Do I
Short
just-
rest?
Well,
Short
that's what I
rest.
wanted.
Alright, short rest. You can roll hit dice if you want.
I
I'll put
rolled
on
a
my
hit dice.
sleep mask.
Is there anything you guys want to achieve during the short rest?
Cat's still full up.
I would like to see if I am too short to cross this.
It's like up to your waist and everybody else's knees.
Oh, okay, good. As long as it isn't over my face.
I'm gonna go stand back here
It'll
and
probably
like
be more
take my
efficient
boots
to
off
send
and hitting them against the wall.
Try to like clean them out.
A little bit, but I don't want to like throw poop at anybody. So do it over here.
I saw this level on Oregon Trail. We must
Thanks.
take the wheels off the wagon and float the wagon across the sewer.
Force the-
Oh boy.
What's that? What's that back there?
It's our friend.
That piece.
That's
Ooh.
Rainier. He
Oh,
just
it is.
Yeah,
He was
he's been here the whole time.
He was at my periphery.
Yeah, I forgot to put his token on the map.
I got paranoid.
It's okay. The thing went down fast.
Yeah.
He
So there's
fell
so
into a
many of
ring
you,
of
I didn't
fire.
think the creature was going to get a turn. Should have put 2 of them out there.
I think I'm going to put some
Next
perfume
time.
on a bandana and put the bandana on my face. Because it's starting
I'm
to
glad
get
you
real bad.
repeated bandana, because the first time you said that, I heard banana.
I'm going to put some
Yeah.
perfume on a
Smash
banana.
a banana.
And I was like, where the fuck is this going?
Let me tell you. There are things a woman needs in the
Just
sewer.
stick it up your nose a little bit.
Bananas.
Okay. So is there anything you guys want to do while you rest? Like, do you want to have a conversation? Do you just want to patch up your wounds and try to get a little cleaned up?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out like sewage resistant shoes. So
Ah.
Yeah, they're called Wellingtons. They're just
Really?
knee-high rubber. They're just knee-high boots.
I
The
have
problem's going to be the material,
those.
like
Yeah.
finding something that's waterproof.
I'm glad we don't have those sandals on right now.
Me too.
Feel squelchy between the toes.
Oh,
Oh.
good thing I've got my Crocs.
My
Crocs. Oh god, you wear Crocs.
I don't have any shoes. That's
I have
okay.
sandals.
I take
You
mine off
probably
because
want
mine are
some
like made of leather
shirt
and
on
fabric.
them, then you poop in your feet.
Yeah, that'd be gross.
I want to talk to Jessup and figure out why he's in Waterdeep, or how long he's been here. Jessup, how long
Is
have you
Jessup-
been in
What's up,
Waterdeep?
fam?
How long have you been in Waterdeep? For like a month or years or 1800s?
Just got back.
Oh.
Can I look down this hallway and see about how long until the next thing that you can stand on is?
It's up around the corner. It's not far.
I don't understand this. Just got back. Is that a street or place?
I've been away.
Very insightful.
Mm.
I'm glad we have this conversation.
Not much of a talker now, is he?
No.
Now let's talk about your
I
new
don't-
shoe design.
Oh, this is
I'm thinking something with scent resistance. More specifically, poop resistance. Can you work on that? Jordan? Jordan?
Huh? What? Oh, I'm sorry.
Poop resistant spells?
Poop resistant shoes, man. Poop resistant shoes.
Yeah, that's kind of what I've been thinking. Like, how would I accomplish this thing? Because, you know, what is stainless, if you will? Anything like that is really heavy. I need to think of metalworking.
Can't you just do like an inside out water
And
or something?
Inside out what?
Water skin.
You know
It
more.
holds the water in, turn it inside out, and it'll keep the water out. You put it on your foot.
I can first.
You may be onto something there.
Can, but I don't want to.
Could you enchant
What?
the toilet?
To do what?
Sorry, we're.
I got
Maybe
it.
there's a-
I got it, Jordan. You need to make flying shoes.
Well,
Or water
I-
walking shoes.
Maybe you just
I
get
mean,
2 gazers and stand on top of them. 1 per foot. And then
Air
you'll fly
sack shoes.
automatically.
I don't know if they'd like that.
I like these. I like these water walking shoes that you're talking about.
Did
The
you?
air walking shoes, even better.
Never walk in a puddle again. It's a great marketing scheme. You could call them the Jordan Airs.
Ooh.
Air Jordans.
Air Jordans?
Air
That
Jordans.
has a good ring to it. But I don't know. How to make floating shoes. I don't have this this je ne sais quoi about the shoes.
We need a wizard.
I could just take
Was
you
that Elvish
guys
or
over
Dwarf?
there.
What does that mean?
You want to carry me?
I can do that.
I get a ride! I leap into your arms.
Like, all his ears turn red. Like,
Woohoo!
Wait, do you wear shoes?
Yeah.
Because you didn't want
That's
to get
right.
poopy.
I wear like half leather, half fabric shoes.
Yeah.
No.
You don't want them to get poopy.
After we get our first paycheck, I'm gonna buy some nice metal armor so these leather shoes aren't much for this world.
Okay, so Kelrick will take one step into the sewage, facing away from the sewage, because he's like trying
What
his
kind
best
of
to
armor
ignore
do
that
you
it's
want?
there.
What kind of armor do you want?
And I'm gonna be mean to myself
I don't
because I
really
can
care.
do
Chainmail?
Sure.
I got chainmail.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
gonna buy something else.
Well, I figured out like
Okay.
leather armor is not beefy enough. So
Probably not. I would actually be better off wearing.
I'm talking away muted. So yeah,
Oh,
you
okay.
you begin slogging your way through the sewage. You come to another one of these symbols that marks the direction to lead in. After about a grand total of an hour rumbling around in the sewers, let me grab all your tokens again because I know these tokens work.
So Susie, he like picks you up and he like the like he's very clearly trying not to vomit and barely keeping it from himself from doing so.
Oh my god. She just kind of like, I don't know, I think she just kind of pats you on the chest. She's like, it's gonna be okay. Here, smell this. And then she puts like a bandana in your face with perfume.
And he sneezes like
hopefully the bandana flies away into the poop.
That's gonna stay there. Not getting that one. That's okay. It's not like, you know, that one was my favorite or anything.
Oh, I have violets. The shot.
Are you sick or something?
It's the vomiting.
Well, can you not puke on me?
Not
Puke on me.
Just kidding.
When you're in poop,
I won't
I'll
be.
be a place.
So when scents
that
are
you
strong.
can puke.
Makes me cry every time.
So the sewer tunnel slowly narrows down until you're walking in a straight line. Let me know if you guys can find your character tokens and see everything okay. You should
I
be
might
able to.
actually be able to carry two of y'all, but you'd have to fit.
Where am I?
Because I have
You
I
can
have
carry
that
me.
thing. I have that thing that lets me be. I can carry of one size up. I can carry for a large creature. 70.
Yeah, you should be off. You can see me pinging.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Oh, okay, everybody can see. We're all good.
Yeah.
No, I'm only seeing.
Oh, I can
Okay,
see.
yeah.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay, cool beans. So the tunnel narrows down and then eventually extends into one long, narrow stone tunnel. And I think you guys can see to the end of this tunnel.
Yes.
For me, the map ends like right in front of me.
Oh, well, go the other direction.
No,
Okay.
that's too simple. It's too simple.
The token's just facing the wrong way, Cat.
Too
So
simple.
We're all
the main
facing.
sewer tunnel narrows down, and then you can see at the far end of it, the main sewer tunnel expands into a circular hub with like a pillar in the center of it, and that's at the far end of your guys' vision.
Well,
I use no clip.
I'm going.
Ha! I have cock blocked your no clips.
No.
There's a setting I can change to make that not work.
No.
I mean, if you want to live inside the wall, I can put you inside the wall. That's what you're into. Here you go.
Oh, thank you. I feel much better.
But clipping is turned on.
Not in wall.
He's become one with the wall.
So Chris is just
He's
moving her way
walking.
forward.
Yeah,
Christopher
I'm
walking?
just gonna, if you guys aren't like,
No, Chris is being carried apparently.
what are you guys
Chris is-
doing?
I'm gonna go this
Oh,
way
are we
too.
still in sewage?
Yes.
Oh.
We've just gotten used to it by now.
This part, the sewage, the drainage is such that it's like a quarter of an inch deep, so it's at the bottom of your, not up to the knees.
I guess I'll walk in that. I've probably been worse.
Okay. And your passive perception is a 14?
Yeah.
Mine too.
You're one of the ones with the high passive perception. So, Chris, as you move forward, you can hear coming from the tunnel, like up ahead of you somewhere. You can just hear like.
I'm gonna
Okay.
I'm gonna hang out way back here though.
Can I make a stealth check? I mean,
But Lila, you don't need to stealth. You're being carried around.
Oh yeah, okay.
If you
Although I
wanna.
get to stealth.
You can roll stealth then. I'll just be really quiet, nestled in your
Yeah.
arms.
Jordan, if you wanna. You were back here being sexy tiefling lady. Yeah, if you want to move forward and try to stealth, you guys can do whatever you want.
Yeah, we're fine.
oh gosh.
real good.
How do we all roll stealth?
I
You
mean,
want to be stealthy?
whatever you want to do, man. I'm not the boss of you.
I'm gonna try for fun.
Sure, all stealth.
That's borderline true. No, you're not.
So-
You
I don't
got
want
like crap in the bottom of your robe and like.
It's like hitting the walls and stuff. Yeah.
So I guess my stealth is so low I actually started pooping while I was trying to stealth.
Oh no.
Do you just poop while you walk?
Yeah, apparently
You
with
just
a
poop
30.
your pants.
Yep. And then to increase my stealth, I just yelled out, "I pooped my pants!"
Can I tell which direction the? Oh, hello.
Yeah, fairly easily. It's actually
from
coming.
here?
It's coming from there, and you can hear another like snuffling sort of snoring sound coming from this.
Oh, okay. Can I see this guy? Or...
Oh, can you see that guy?
I mean, I can see his token.
Yeah,
but
you can
there's
see
like there's like a little.
Yeah, so you come into like a circular chamber. There's a tunnel leading north and a tunnel leading south. And you can see, let me see, the main sewer tunnel expands into a circular hub with a pair of arrow slits carved into the outer walls, directly across from each other. Two passages continue to the north and south. A stone door is set on the back wall of a stone ledge to the west, which you can sort of see, like right here. You can see the ledge. But you can see him, yeah, like through the arrow slit. You see set in a chair with like a crossbow or a bow leaned up against the wall next to him. This little greenish gray colored figure with long pointed ears and like a hooked nose and jagged teeth. It's drooling, and it's in this little rickety wooden chair passed out.
Oh. Can I see if I like come over?
Yeah, you could sort of peer through the arrow slit, and you're looking in, and you see this goblin taking a nap.
Buster,
But is there like a?
one.
Can I
What did
see
you
a?
do?
Is there like a door?
Yeah, there's a door at the back end of the room.
Look, there's a weird creature at the end.
Shush, you guys.
I love that creature.
Shush. Back there. Keep it quiet. In the
That
back.
Buster rolled.
Let's keep it moving. Keep it moving.
I want to try. Oh. How
What's
long
happening?
does this passage go?
We've made a new friend.
Uh,
I love friends.
Uzi, are you sleeping?
Buster, please.
I'm not
Got him away.
keeping my eyes closed.
It's real early in the morning for poor Uzochi.
Poor Uz.
I'm sorry.
Move it. I'm gonna walk through you.
This thing I'm pointing at.
I love.
Yeah, I think that's a door.
That's a door, Jennifer.
Yeah.
Adorable.
Mm.
It's door.
Guy over here.
The goblin sleeping?
There's a goblin
sleeping.
snoring away.
Oh, good.
Can I yell at it?
No.
You can do whatever you want.
He's gonna open, like, put his mouth up against the.
So the passages to the north and south extend back out and open back up into the sewer at large.
Oh,
So there's not.
there's another one.
There's
over
not like
here.
a little passage. I can't see.
What's
if
this
there's,
little
like,
passage
a
here?
that leads off to the doors. And like
Mm,
the
no,
little-
it just heads back out to the
This thing here that I'm looking at.
Where are you?
I'm kind of south of that hole a little bit, or whatever that is.
Okay.
Wandered
Wow.
down.
So it's a narrow, like probably like a tunnel that was cut for air. So when they build sewers, when they build like large underground constructions like this, they also build like side chambers and things as they go. It's a place for the workers to store tools, so they're sort of randomly set as they go. So and they have to put holes in them for air. So this is like a little narrow, like 3 foot, or you would have to turn sideways to squeeze through it. But you could squeeze through it. Kelrick probably would not fit.
I want to squeeze through this passage.
It's a little narrow passage. Okay. Can you fit through it? Yeah, your token will fit through it. Give me just a second, Jesse. Let me figure out what room you're in here. 12.
Just FYI, we're leaving our fancy ants behind because we can't move.
He'll come in his own time.
Just it's a friendly reminder. It's just a PSA.
That's fine. Don't worry about him.
He's back there, like, kicking the mud off his boot.
Yeah, or something.
Reading a book, who knows?
Qzisu, you look like you died.
I'm fading fast.
Correcting.
Do they?
Maybe you should try sitting up.
Do they have coffee where you
Yeah,
are?
but that they do, but it's. I mean, I do. It's this way over there.
You
I tried to manage to get your phone to sit the way so he's looking at you.
Do what? My phone?
Yeah, I don't know how. Like whatever you're recording with, you. It's like you're just lying flat on the floor.
Yeah, I'm not lying on the floor. I am in my bed on my laptop, which is why it looks weird. All right, I'll sit up now.
I'm muted. So, Jess, in this space, there's barrels, there's boxes, there's room for storage. It looks like you've come into like like a basement, for like a small basement. And when you're moving around in here, you begin to hear someone. You hear a shuffling up above you, and someone opens the door and comes up to the top of the stairs, and like shouts down, like, "Is there anybody down there? Who's in my basement? Hello?
Can I hear that?
Hello?" And you just leave.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, you slip back out. There's and as you slide back out of the room, you hear a voice go, "Damned rats!" And the door slams shut.
You set him off. Rachel, what have you done?
I'm the giant.
Sorry.
Right. So. Okay, I'm gonna. So when I looked around in the basement, when I've been long enough, if there's anything worth stealing.
There's like casks of ale and a bit of dried like food. But nothing like of like obvious gold value.
Well, I will keep walking.
Also, did he leave like gross little footprints behind?
Probably.
When he went in there?
So that opens back up. The north and south tunnels both open back up into the sewers.
Okay, got
So
it.
where we've already been.
So.
I mean, a whole of Waterdeep is riddled with sewers, so who the fuck knows where it goes?
Question to party members: Do we wanna kill the goblin? Or we just go up like in this door or whatever?
I want to open.
Found man's basement. He was man.
Can I open the door?
Okay.
Boop. You most certainly may open the door.
All right.
But what if they wake up when?
Yeah, the door creaks open at a narrow sort of S-shaped hallway. Ends in another door that I also assume you would like to open.
You know it.
I guess so.
They called me Kimbo Door Opener.
I'll set Layla on the thingy.
Yeah, I hopped down once we got into like.
So
not a
the
lot.
room that Layla and Joy, or not Layla, Kimbo and Joyden are in, it's there are rusty weapons thrown about, threadbare clothing litter the floor of the area. It's like a coat room or an armory, but it seems like people just discard shit that's not worth anything anymore into the middle of this room. Meanwhile, Chestnut is just like exploring the sewer. He's just like, I'm going up here, I'm going down here.
Can we hear snoring nearby?
Yeah, so you're
Yeah, he's
north.
still asleep
Yeah,
over
Chris
here.
peeks around the corner. You can see the sleeping goblin still sitting like.
Can I stealth kill him?
I would like you to make a stealth check now, yeah.
Okay.
If you weren't gonna do it, I was.
I made a perception check
Did it
for
do
the.
it?
You were just gonna.
Did it
If you
roll?
were gonna just do it,
Well, I mean,
What are you looking for, Mizochi?
Anything that is not garbage.
Oh,
not
everything in this room is trash.
because of this.
Oh, okay. Well,
I'm still waiting on your stealth check.
I did it.
Oh, 14? Okay, he doesn't seem to notice you or wake up. He's just snoring away.
I'm just gonna slide my rapier into his throat.
Make an attack roll with advantage.
oh my god.
It should ask you now if you have advantage.
Yeah,
Okay.
it does.
Okay, an 18 definitely hits. So go ahead and roll damage. You only have to do it once. So see how it's
okay.
and 6, and the 6 is grayed out. It auto calculates it. 9. Okay, so you walk up, you place your rapier, you're cutting
Well,
his
that
throat.
was for both of my blades, but yeah.
Okay, so you oh, I see. You were rolling 2 separate attacks. So you cross the rapiers across his throat and like scissor them across. He wakes up just long enough to feel the blades rake across his throat, and then there's a gurgling noise and blood, and he falls out of the little wooden chair he was asleep on.
I want to like catch him, idle him as he's dying, and just be like,
Yeah, and you prop him back up in the chair as he gurgles his last bloody breath.
I'm gonna go upstairs.
no,
I'm gonna go and stealth
room.
though.
That's for the best. Trust me.
Because I can.
How did you even get in that room, Jesse?
I'm exploring.
Get the fuck back out of there!
oh, it's because.
Oh, did you force your way through? Yeah,
Well, there's not a wall there, technically. So
yeah, but you can't
through
fit
it,
through that
but-
narrow little crack. That's what
Yeah.
confused me. Okay.
He's a mystic. He can do whatever.
Unless he's got like
Is that
mystic.
guy in the basement?
Does this
Uh,
goblin have any?
Kimbo, this doesn't dead end. I'm just gonna have to move you to the other side though. So
Okay.
give me that. Layla, I will also move to the other side.
This is
I like how
goblin
you guys
have
have just
any
like spread out conveniently for me.
yeah, of course.
So the room you guys come into, this room contains 6 tattered straw-stuffed mattresses and nothing of value. It looks like a sleeping chamber. Everything's full of fleas and filth.
Oh, I can kick the shit off my boots. Yay! Done. Okay.
So yeah, you're like using the shitty bed sheets. Oh, here, Jordan.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh,
I'm gonna follow
See if I can
suit.
explain this. This tunnel, Jordan, and this tunnel, they like intersect. So the lighting's a little weird right there.
Gotcha.
And then there's another door in. All right, where is Jesseth? Where have I've lost Jesseth again? Is
I'm
he
up
in?
here. I went up here with the rest of the party.
Oh, you're under
You
this
know that
goblin.
there's gonna be a point where you just run off by yourself. It's gonna be something there,
I went
right?
back to try to kill the guy, but he wasn't there, so I decided to come follow the party instead.
No, you're just gonna. Okay. Is there anything on this goblin? Does that
You were,
anything?
like,
Roll a d6.
Blood, like.
He has a crappy little short bow and an arrow.
Is there anything where I'm at right now?
I'm gonna
Yes, hang on.
take
Where?
his
Oh,
arrow.
That tunnel
Find
continues,
out.
but the lighting is funny, so I gotta
Wouldn't
move
be surprised
myself.
if you could smell it.
He has 4 copper pieces on him, Chris.
Exciting.
Shot you for 2.
I'm just gonna take that.
I want to see if I can get any knowledge.
I'm gonna take one arrow because it's mine now.
So, Jordan, do you want to open up that door?
Do it. Make it happen.
Oh, sure.
Oh, I'm sorry,
I
not
don't
Jordan. Jasseth. There's too many J names.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll open the door.
So the door gets opened, and on the other
see.
side you can see a little, like a dwarf, but his skin is like a pale gray color, and he seems to be. Don't pile all up in the room till I finish describing it, yo.
Well, I just didn't know where everybody went.
Well,
I
you know,
just wanted to find out where everyone was. Like,
Well, I think I would at least
I was
be
like,
right
where
here,
is
right? Charge through,
that's
I'd be
fine.
at least there.
Yeah. So you come into the room and there's this dwarf, white hair, gray-colored skin. He has a little warhammer in his hand. And he's arguing with a human man. Despite the token, this guy has his head shaved, and his whole head is covered in tattoos of eyes. And they're having some kind of conversation. And then let me move you through here, Chris. There you go. And then the door comes open. They turn and look at you, and the man in common looks at you and goes, "Who the fuck are you?"
Hi.
Well, yeah, hi, but who the fuck are you, mate?
Oh, I know. I've hopped my head around the corner. We're the turd herders, and we're looking for a man.
Now.
Who the fuck? What the fuck is a turd herder? What man are you? How did you get down here?
Well, you know, you've got this guy that we need. He's like fine featured, fancy man. And I'm gonna just be like, you fucking have our friend, and then use oh wait, intimidation. Sorry, wrong one. And then my eyes are gonna glare white, and I'm gonna cast like light on myself, and gonna become really, really bright.
Okay, the two dudes like hold their hands up and they're like, whoa, all right, whoa. And the dwarf chatters away in Dwarvish. And the man goes, all right, look, if you're looking for your friend, and he points to the door that's on his left, look, he's in there,
Okay, well, bring him out, would you?
I
Come on, fetch!
You don't want to just go in there and get him.
No, I would like you to bring him to me. See, that's how
I'm a
this is
little
going.
afraid to move, friend. Your friends are looking at me all aggressive. You could just go in there. You take your friend. We'll go out that way. It's like we were never here.
I just like gesture at him with my rapier still covered in blood. Like, go on, do it.
I'm gonna go forward, and I'm gonna let everybody else stay back. I'll be like, all right, you stay here.
You're gonna open the door?
I'll open the door.
Okay.
This is not gonna be great. What the fuck is that? That's not my friend. You asshole.
When you open the door, he looks at the dwarf and he goes, "Cheese it, Zimp!" And we're gonna roll initiative.
I'm gonna fucking kill you.
So let me start getting initiative.
That's in Celestial, by the way. So hold on, I'll dong the bells.
Got them like cursing someone out and
fucking kill
striking,
you.
making shit their pants. Okay. Oh, what am I thinking?
So everybody freeze wherever your token is right now, because that's as far as you've made it. So Zemk is in here.
Hold on, I know my thing keeps closing. Hold on, let me try.
This guy.
Did that work?
Yeah, you're in there. You're good. Okay. Who don't I have? Probably my two favorites. Yep. You guys didn't click on your tokens again. Okay, so Kurt got a 8. And Buster got a what? What was Buster's initiative?
Oh, that one is yours now.
I need Buster's nits. Alright, 3 it is. Okay. Boop.
That's okay. It takes a while for it to show.
All right, Jesseth, you get to react first. In this room, seething out of the walls and the floors, is this gray film, this slime. Room is this? I'm sure there's a cool description here. Floating around in this gray viscous fluid, you can see. Nobody move. You're in initiative. So wherever you just were there, Curtis, you need to go back. So floating around inside of this pool of gray bits or just bones and rusted old weapons. And you can see this thing sort of flop out onto the floor and begin to pull its way across the floor towards you, this like slime. Jesseth, you go first. You don't see the thing, but you hear like Layla freak out when she opens the door, and you can see the two dudes getting ready to try to run out.
The guy that's in between me and her, I'm gonna cast that thing, that figment. Gonna have him fight something that's.
Okay, click on the thing. How does the thing work?
Hold on, I'm still trying to fuck my life. So I need to go here and then. Oh, cool! It does cast at what level? Just level.
This is 0 for mine.
You rolled a 0.
You rolled
It
a
took effort, but you
3.
did it.
Your initiative modifier is your dex modifier. If you have no dex modifier, initiative. Must make an intelligence saving throw, and you're casting on the eyeball on his skulls, dude.
The person that's between.
Yeah, that's eyeball skulls.
Yeah.
So, intelligence saving throw. He rolled a 3. He's not the smartest.
Mhm.
So he takes 5 points of damage.
So that's 2. Well, why does it say higher level cast? Because I was just trying to cast it at 1.
Did you spend any of your like psi points?
No, it just says input at 1. What level? Click.
Okay,
1.
so then
So
just
it's supposed to be a total of 3 damage.
So one psi, like level 1 would be 1 psi point for you. So if you click submit with nothing typed in there, that's your basic.
No, I submitted it with 1.
Yeah, so don't put 0 in if you're not spending any psi points.
Oh no, I'm sorry, I misunderstood. So I used it as 1 psi point.
So if you spent a psi point, you get an additional damage die, right? That's how it works.
Did you roll it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, so he takes 5
Did you
total.
roll when he was selected?
Yeah.
Look it up, and we'll figure it out between sessions. But for now, I'm just gonna have him take the full 5 because that's easier. Okay, so
yeah, basically until the end of my next turn, he can't use reaction. And melee attack rolls against him have advantage.
Okay, so like his ears are ringing and throbbing, and he's got his hand over his head, and he's just like screeching in pain.
Yeah,
basically. Yeah, so he just like this horrifying noise is rattling around in his brain. He can't function correctly. Kimbo Slice.
I'm gonna come over here and I'm going to rape his face.
Rape him in the mouth. I mean.
Okay. So I need to do. I click the guy that I want to attack.
No, you just click on the weapon, the attack roll. Yeah. You don't need to. Okay. Oh shit! Yeah, that'll hit.
Yeah. Was that a
just? That's a natural 20. Yeah, that's why it's green. Cool. That's a crit.
Yes. Okay. And so it's gonna do. Oh wait, no. I'm gonna click. Wow, that was underwhelming.
Oh, womp womp. Still, you rush forward. He's starting to like fumble with his weapon to try to get it, and you stab into him hard. It bounces off of the heavy clothing, but it finds a joint, a piece in the armor, and stabs up into him. He grunts in pain, which makes it this ooze's turn.
Is it already? What? Oh, the ooze, not
the secret of the ooze. It's gonna pseudopod at Layla.
That doesn't sound good, guys.
13 to hit.
It's fine.
That does not hit me.
Okay, so this long extended arm like hits the ground in front of you and then extends again and tries to reach out for you. And you pull back out of the way and it smacks against the stone and sort of spreads out, and then you can see it just pull back into the thing. Which makes it this guy's turn. He wants to GTFO, but he can't get out of here.
Sure can't.
He's kind of blocked in by peoples. Instead, he's going to turn and try to hit the thing that is blocking his path, which he thinks is Jess. He has disadvantage on his attacks, or just advantage on attack rolls against him.
Melee attack rolls against.
Okay, so his attacks are normal. 1d10 psychic damage. It thinks it's perceived a threatening creature just out of its sight. Oh, so it's hallucinating like.
Yeah, he's trying to fight. He's trying to fight a thing that's not there for like a turn until he realizes
reactions. Okay, it can't. Yeah, so
really
he's just flailing around blindly at like something he can't quite. He keeps turning in circles and swinging his sword. Let's see if he randomly hits you. Yeah, he crits. So as he's flailing around at what he thinks is attacking him, he hits you with a scimitar for 5 points of damage.
Ooh, nice.
So he just nicks you as he goes by. So if you click on your token, you see how there's like a red circle? That's your hit points. If you click on that circle and then type in -5, yeah, it'll do the math for you.
Okay.
Yeah. Kelrick, I'm not sure where you're located. Right here.
I'm in the room previous.
So you can hear the sounds of a fight beginning to break out.
Oh, so I can do. Oh, okay. I can use the blue box for my PSI point.
Yeah. You can set that to your side points if you want.
Kelrix is gonna hold his turn until he can figure out what the fuck is going on.
Okay. So yeah, you hear the sounds of battle and what? Just wait. You come around the corner. You see your friends in the fight with these people.
Yeah, I'll hold my turn on the off chance that somebody goes down.
Okay.
And then I'll take my turn if somebody needs fixins.
Okay. Chris.
It's me. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna walk up to this guy and be like, "Told you, man. I told you. I got these swords, man. Wanted you to go and do the thing, man. Now you gotta face the swords." And I'm gonna stab him a couple times.
Oh.
This is what happens when you don't listen. Oh, I forgot. What's the movie? Yeah, they are. One of my friends. The normal roll, right?
Yep. Nope. 14 does not hit him. He smacks it off the side with it.
Oh, that was weird.
He shoulders his pauldron into it, so your rapier rakes across the arm.
Well,
he seems like a very adept fighter.
No.
Layla!
Well,
you got to take your turn.
So you guys just start to hear this scary bell sound. And she's like, "That is not my friend." In common, after shouting bells. She shuts the door very calmly. And then
it's your action to shut the door.
And then she's gonna look at the guy, I guess, menacingly.
Susie.
Yeah.
I think it's your action to shut the door.
That's fine. And she's going to look at the guy and be like,
it might be your bonus action.
"Would you like to try again?"
It might be your bonus action to shut the door.
Oh, what if she like shuts the door while looking? Oh, cool.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, cool, like.
Being? Who the fuck uses being?
What?
Is that what the man says? Man, Search engines, what are these? Ah,
It's worse. Why am I using Bing?
ah.
So which is it?
Hang on.
I'll be
Use an
right
object.
back. Let me know if I die.
Action is an action. Applying a poison takes an action. Drinking or administering a potion as an action. Opening or closing a door. So it's an action to shut the door, which seems dumb, but it's an action to shut the door.
That's fine. I'm just gonna shut the door, turn around, stare at the guy, cross my arms, and go, "Would you like to try again, or do I have to stab you?"
Every now
And
and then
she's
I
just
get-
gonna stare at him all menacingly.
Hang on, I'm just shutting the door behind you.
Can I intimidate?
It would also be your action to intimidate. You have
Oh,
a bonus action in your
then-
movement.
Then no. Then I will be here. I can't see
Okay.
anything now.
It's because I just accidentally deleted your token while trying to fix the fucking dynamic lighting. Hang on. Layla, I got to give you a token. There you go.
There's a bit war going on.
Don't comment.
Wait,
There you
is it
go.
my turn?
I will have to look at the turn order because I was fucking around with something else. It's
Can you-
Zemsk's turn.
Can
Jordan,
you move me into the other room? Because right now I'm in the slime room.
Jordan, you didn't click on your token when you rolled initiative,
Oh,
so you're not in the
I
turn
thought
order.
it-
No, you're at a 6. I skipped your turn. Yes, it's your turn.
Yeah, awesome.
You should have gone after
Oh.
Chris.
I am
Susie, what
going
was
to
your initiative?
6.
8.
Okay.
Wait,
8? Okay.
oh, you said
Yeah,
Susie.
Jordan, it's your turn.
Yeah, gonna shoot this slime ball thingy in the face. Here's my short bow.
The slime, you can't see it because Layla
No,
just shut the door.
Oh, okay. Well then, never mind. The guy with the not the one with the beard, but the clean shaven one. I want to shoot him.
Baldy McBaldersons, you got it.
Yeah.
Clatters harmlessly off the wall nearby. He ducks
Blast.
down. Now it is the Duergar's turn. You gonna move there? Okay.
Yeah. Block the doorway.
Zemk, let me have your character sheet, please, sir. There you go. He gonna get big.
Yeah, what?
He gonna get big.
What, like?
Yep. And
Holy shit.
Oh shit.
so
Can't see the door
he
anymore.
hunkers down and like the Hulk just begins to grow and uses his ability to enlarge himself.
Here.
That is unfortunately his turn, which makes it Curtis's turn.
Yes.
So he just
Alright,
literally,
sure.
like the Hulk, just like expands, just
Did his pants rip?
skin pop. His clothing grows with him.
Oh.
He just grows. His beard gets more magnificent, but his form just grows. And it begins to take up almost the whole chamber. His head thuds up against the 10-foot tall stone roof.
Oh gosh. I think Kurt's just gonna poke his head and happening.
This
Yeah.
man has elephantitis.
Huh?
Has elephantitis.
Oh dear.
Elephantitis.
That's not good. I better play this healing song. So he's gonna play this song asleep, and I have to get my tab open in front of me.
Okay. And is there a... So, click on the sleep thing on your character sheet for me,
And I will do that.
because I forget how it works.
Alright, selected.
Go to sleep on the
Yes.
harmonica. Love it.
Sweet siren song.
Oh no, it's working on his Uchi too. No.
Happening. My computer slow.
There it goes. Okay. So 34 hit points. I need to look at the spell because I don't know if you can like aim it. I think it's just
it
like
just starts with the creature with the lowest hit point.
which would probably be one of you.
Yeah.
Well,
The spell sends creatures into a magical slumber. Rifle D8. The total creatures within 20 feet of the pointer range you choose. Starting with the creature that has the lowest hit points. Okay. So who has the least hit points in this room?
I'd be a contender. I have.
Oh dear. You'll be alright.
So you have 5 hit points. You fall asleep first.
Good.
So let me do the math here.
That's a
34
good start.
minus 5. 29. So Jesseth falls asleep. He's having a nappy time. I'm sure I got a thing I can use to mark sleep.
There's actually a little marker that I was able to hit it. There, that spyglass looking thing.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out which one looks the most like sleepy
Like that looks
time.
like a sleepy time. Yanni's.
Spyglass?
That's a Yanni person.
I don't see a Yanni person. I see a yelling person.
Oh, is that what that is? I thought it looked
It looks like a
Yanni.
yelling person to me.
Oh.
I think the ninja looks just. Well, I guess you use that for. Like,
I use the ninja for stealth.
the ninja looks asleep to me.
We're gonna use the yelling person. I usually use that for fear, actually. We're gonna use this radiation symbol because it will have no other use. So you're asleep. All right. Does anybody have less than 6 hit points?
Nope.
Okay, cool. So Krenz goes to sleep next. He's asleep. And then Layla has.
Oh wait, am I in the 20-foot square? Because I'm actually
everybody
in the door.
room is.
Yeah, we're all within 20 feet.
9.
Oh, I have
You're all
9 hit
going to
points.
bed.
9, 12. Okay, so 29 minus another. What was it?
You put the room to
6. So 29 minus 6, 23 hit points left. Layla, you go to sleep next. So radiation symbol.
Like
Followed by
Archer had 2 hit points.
Joyden.
Yeah, I
You
have
go to
a
sleep
9 health.
next.
No. Not again.
Wow.
Followed by so Chris has 11. Followed by okay, so Chris will be the last person to fall asleep.
Oh, good. Good night.
Oh, I'm sorry. Nope, you have 9 hit points. Curtis, you go to sleep.
I go to sleep for my own song?
Yes.
You fall asleep.
So you play the song and then just lay down.
I just look
Okay.
over.
And then it's Peepaw's turn. So she comes in. So Curtis comes rushing in the room, plays the flute, and then everybody in the room just like lays down, except the giant dude and the fighters.
I go to sleep, I believe, yeah.
No, you're out of the range, I think.
Oh, okay. Cool.
You're just on the edge of it. But there's not a that's fine. There's not enough hit points to get everybody. So Peepaw, Buster Nut, are you asleep? Where are you?
I'm over here.
And what's great is you were standing in the same square, so the two of you fell asleep. Okay, so you need to make some moves here. So that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. You can get to here with Rainier just as your movement. Oh, I need to roll initiative for him. So that's your movement. So you still have your action and your bonus action. You can move again as your action.
I love your icon, Justin.
So Rachel, you can move again, like as your action.
Okay.
Do you want to just move more?
Sure. I'm just trying to see what the party's about.
You can run up behind Kelrick, and that's pretty much your turn.
Hey everybody, what's going on?
It's a nappy party.
Okay. Jesseth,
It's
it is your
asleep.
turn, but you are asleep. Rainier moves up. Kimbo, so your good
I
friend
take my
Kurt.
turn for whenever people went down. Fire's going down.
No,
Damn.
because I assume you meant like if they went to 0 hit points. So
True.
Kimbo, it is your turn. Curtis ran into the room, played a ditty on his flute. You yawned real hard, and when you opened your eyes, most of your friends had passed out. And there's a giant dwarf in front of you.
So is going and waking a friend considered an action?
Yeah, you have to use an action to wake them up. That's what
Okay,
the
then
spell.
I'm gonna spend my time stabbing.
Okay. So
friend?
I mean, you.
No, not
a friend. A friend. I stab one of my friends and take their stuff.
I mean, we don't know
Like
each
a
other.
good murder hobo.
No, I'm gonna go after this giant dwarf.
Okay, make your attack roll.
Yeah, so we're gonna rapier him in his stomach this time since he's a bigger guy now.
Yeah, you're about belly button height on him now.
Yep.
15. I gotta look at the enlarged thing.
I mean, I feel like that would make him easy to hit.
I think it does.
You know, you never know.
Doubles. Nope. Yep. Nope. So it doesn't hit.
Doesn't hit. Okay.
No, so tink, it just rakes off his armor, and he's like.
Bad Santa.
The oozes around in the room because the door is shut. The bandit is asleep. Kelrick, it is your turn.
Are there two people sharing one
Yep,
square?
yeah. Ran into the room, played the ditty, and they both just sort of. So Joyden and Curtis are sort of tangled together.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Wait.
Like
you still have the harmonica in your mouth.
Okay, instead of a snore, it's just a light harmonica breathing.
I forgot what Jordan is. What's Jordan again?
Tiefling.
No, like class.
Stabby.
A rogue.
Okay, we're gonna wait Stabby then. So I'm gonna. Can I drag both of them in the room? In the
There's people behind you and shit, so I'm gonna say no.
Yeah. Okay. So I get drag one either.
You can't just. There's just people in the way, so you can't drag them back. You can like slap them awake.
Okay. I'll slap McStabby awake.
Okay, Jordan, you are awake, Adam.
Yeah, awesome.
It's still not.
And by slap, I mean like Kelrick like tries to pick him up so that he's standing, and then like lets go, but because he's asleep, he falls to the floor again.
I thought you'd pick him up so that he was like standing.
No, I know, but like I figured if I pick him up so he's standing, and I let go because he's still asleep, falling to the floor again.
Okay. Yeah, but Jordan's a rogue, so you pick him up. You pick Jordan up and like let him go, and as he's falling, she like snaps awake and lands on top of poor Curtis, like feet first, which doesn't wake Curtis up, but
He's a heavy sleeper.
there you go. So Jordan, you're awake. When it comes back to your turn, you'll be able to take your turn.
Excellent.
Chris, are you asleep? No, you can take your
No.
turn.
I'm gonna try to stab again. That's really all I've got. That's like my whole shtick.
Get to stabbing. 13 doesn't hit.
Ow.
Jesus Christ, better.
Well,
Yeah, he's the same thing.
I just kind of like look at my swords.
Like, why have you tried me? So Layla, you're asleep. Jordan, you are awake. You made it.
True.
I suggest moving off the space with Curtis.
I'm gonna do like some attacks with my short sword. Boop.
And
Oh god.
We're all doing real well.
Oh my god, this is where you all die. This is where we KK. No, we put it in campaign. It just, yeah, you swing with your sword and it just ting bounces off the giant dwarf ship.
I can run away, right?
And then you just piece out of there. He'll take a swing at
Yeah.
you.
Do
The
what?
giant dwarf, he'll take a swing at you.
Everybody's cutting out for some reason.
yeah, it's getting kind of buggy.
If you move out of the
I'm-
dwarf's reach, he will swing at you as you go by.
Okay.
It's an attack of
then-
opportunity.
yeah, then I'll stay.
Okay. Which makes it his turn. He's actually gonna swing. How many actions?
Ouch.
Just one. Okay. So he's just gonna swing at 1, 2, 3 people. Wait, let's roll a d3. 3. So he
What?
swings at Jennifer's character, at Kimbo.
No, she's out of there.
Oh, sorry.
You're getting attacked. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, the Discord's being funny.
Sorry.
Does a 14 hit you, Jennifer?
Yes.
16 points of damage.
Oh no.
16. So he
Oh,
just
no.
rears back with his giant war pick and slams it up into your chest. It lifts you, the pick bites through the armor, smashes you to the wall, and you are on the ground dying. So mark that. Curtis is
Easy,
asleep.
Jennifer.
Somebody wake up the cleric.
Teapot, it is your turn.
I can't hear anybody, actually.
I can barely hear you, too. Discord's being really bad. Now it dropped out. Well, eventually we'll get audio. No route. What does that mean? Alright, we're gonna take a quick break. So we can see if we can sort out these Discord issues. Be right back.
Are we still taking a break?
I guess so. People are moving.
Okay, bathroom break. I'll be back.
Yep, quick bathroom break.
The character sheet.
Gotta give him some acid. Even if he does succeed, then he takes half damage.
Would your feelings be hurt if I tried to use your harmonica?
What?
Would your feelings be hurt if I used your harmonica?
She's gonna wipe it down.
Oh, do
or
you see?
whatever.
Do you see my dude? Oh, you're over. Your turnover's over my
There's a wall
bookend.
here.
Oh,
There he is.
And this is where we die.
That's a big hair.
Yeah, I've got one on the counter that I already washed. If you want to cut it up.
That's okay.
These are not like I don't like boss pears, but those are okay. They're like Shingo or yeah, they are. I can't remember right now.
You have
Yay, band.
I really wish I could see Chase. Can you at least see my face, Chase? You have to play too, cat. This is a duet.
Damn.
No, because I don't know how to play this well enough.
I picked up this guitar downstairs, and Carol was like, "You can just keep it."
Aw.
I'm playing the guitar.
All right. 5-minute break over.
Okay.
Time for D&D.
Buster, it's your turn.
Try not to kill the rest of us.
Rachel.
What?
Rachel.
Rachel, your turn. Oh my god. Ah! I mean,
Is Rachel here?
Yeah, I can't hear you.
sure. There's some weird echo going on in the background that's kind of like on a loop. I don't know.
Making noise now.
Yeah,
It's
there's
not
some-
me.
It's
Because if I'm not talking, I'm muted.
Cat, how dare?
Cool.
How dare you?
Barely.
Oh, I think that took care of everything. No, we are not existing in a million parallel universes at once.
You good?
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Testing. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. Is this raw potato?
No, fair.
Oh.
It's an Asian pear, which
Close
are
enough.
superior to regular pears.
Sorry,
Because
I
they're
stole your
kawaii.
That was having fun.
To me, they show a better texture than the lost pears.
Somebody wake up the cleric.
She's so far away.
Yeah, she is very far away.
She went to the front of a door. It was bad.
Whose turn is it?
I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get slapped awake by a
She
monster.
typed that she wanted.
Just take it.
It's Rachel's turn. I'm just waiting to see what she wants to do.
No, she typed it in the chat. She wants to wake up Kurt.
Okay, so you wake up Kurt. Okay.
It's better than like the
So you move forward, you wake up Kurt, and then you move back.
these are actually not.
What happened?
We're having a couple of audio issues.
Yeah.
So
So like,
Let me get Kurt woken up here.
they can be even better.
Okay, so you move forward, you wake up Kurt, and then you're standing on the same square, so you can't end your turn there, so where do you want to go?
Everywhere.
Did you hear that, Rachel?
Where do I?
Hmm.
Where do I go? Is that what you said?
Yeah, you can't end your turn on the same square as Kurt, so I need to know where you want to end your turn.
I'm gonna end my turn by moving back out.
You should wake some other people up.
Okay,
Why me?
if you move back out of the room, the giant dwarf will take a swing at you. And she can only wake up one person.
His
Oh.
extraction.
Oh, go up here. Oh, go up
Nobody
here.
wants to wake up Kirby.
Wake up Kirby.
Well, can I attack him instead then?
Attack
Instead
Kirby?
of waking Kurt up if you want.
Wait,
Yeah, your
instead of
turn will
Waking
be.
up Kurt is your action.
Waking up
You
Kurt is your
have to move because you can't exist in the same space as someone else. But waking him up would be your complete turn.
But you can move. Just kick Kurt as you run by.
Kick Kurt in the face. Kurt takes 1 HP damage. Oh.
Well, in that case, I'm gonna try to move over here.
Okay. So do you wake Kurt up and move over there, or do you just moving over there?
I wake Kurt up.
Okay. So Kurt, you are awake.
Ah.
Buster, you are now in the room. So you come in, you shake Kurt awake, you bolt through the room. The director watches you go by. Jesseth, are you awake? No.
No.
Can you hold your movement, or can you only hold
No.
your action?
Just an action.
Okay.
Renee moves up, looks into the room, and goes, "Oh,
Fine.
oh dear, oh, this is very bad," and that's gonna be his turn. Kimbo, I need you to make a death saving
I'm
throw.
gonna give him guidance on that perception roll because I feel like he needs it.
You're gonna die.
So death save, that's 1 success.
Yay.
Yay.
The Grey Ooze is stuck in the room. Prince is asleep. Kelric, it is your turn.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Okay. Gonna just like put my back up against the wall and like slide my way over here. Cast Cure Wounds on this person who's making
Okay.
death saves.
Yep.
And
So roll your Cure Wounds.
Yeah. And I can just click on Cure Wounds to do that, right?
Yep.
Or do I have to?
So you just click on it.
Okay. Sorry. Every time I have to like close the character sheet every time I look at the map, and then I gotta open it again.
If you double click on the top of your character sheet, like where your name is, it'll minimize it. It'll make a little see-through window up at the top that you can open up.
That's awesome.
It's like they thought of that. Yeah. So Cure Wounds. Okay, so you get 6 hit points back. So you cough back awake. There's still a gaping like hole in your armor, Kimbo, but you look down. You look back up and you see the giant form of Kelric standing above you.
Thank you.
And then you can't end your movement there, Kelric, so.
Yes, I'm gonna go back to my little square and I will take my attack of opportunity.
Okay.
Like a man.
He will war pick you, and he is enlarged. A 9 does not hit. You get lucky. He rakes a giant chunk out of the wall as you duck by. You feel the like shrapnel of the stone come across your face, but you're still up. Chris.
It's me. I'm gonna try stabbing this guy again.
I suggest stabbing him a lot.
I'm
pulling
do
for
it.
you. If you
Don't
get
just try.
inspiration.
Do it.
Boop. Yeah. But
Da-da,
gosh
da-da.
dang it! My goodness!
I'm done.
Is
I'm
that
done.
the same thing you rolled last time? That's pretty impressive.
No, it's close though.
Damn.
It's one's 1 point better and one's 1 point worse.
Oh my god. Bad rolls and a sleep spell, and that's how I killed the party. Okay. Layla, you're asleep still? Joyden, you are awake.
How long does sleep last?
Like 10 minutes or something.
Holy shit.
Yeah, we're
So like
we're both
100
gonna be
rounds or
asleep.
something.
Yeah, we're both
Till
gonna
somebody
be asleep
wakes
and
us up.
start woken up.
Yep.
Is there a way that like I can throw a rock and hit, Layla?
Yeah, make it. Who are you trying to throw a rock at?
Layla?
Make a dexterity check with disadvantage because she's prone.
I don't like that idea. What about moving to her?
I don't.
Can you
could
over
get
there?
over to Jessith, but you cannot get over to Layla. She's like up in a corner. I'm not gonna make you roll damage because you're just like throwing a piece of stone that the Durgar carved out of the wall next to you. I'm not gonna make you roll damage. I just want to see if you can hit her.
Oh, okay, cool. So Dex with disadvantage.
Yeah, because she's prone and it's a ranged attack technically.
Wait,
A 16. What's your AC, Layla? It's less than a 16, right?
Yeah, it's an 18. No, it's an
doesn't
18.
hit her. Son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Okay, it just clatters off the stone nearby her.
Damn. Well,
It was a good idea. So that's your action. Throwing rocks at Layla. You just want to stand where you are then?
Yeah, I'm gonna stand here.
Okay, which makes it Zemsk's turn. Chris is the only one that's really been attacking him, so he turns and tries to take a swing at Chris.
Well,
20 to hit.
Yeah.
I rolled really poor on. Oh, is that enlarged? Yeah. So I rolled really poor on damage. So it's only 5 points of damage. So you dodge most of the damage. It rakes across your armor. It like cuts like a divot through your breastplate, and you have to lean your head back to keep it from clipping you underneath the chin. But you manage to turn in a way that prevents most of the damage. Curtis, you're awake.
I am. Life is beautiful. Can I move a couple spaces? And I want to wake up this hooded, cloaked figure.
You could stand. Hang on, let me fuck around with your tokens for a second.
Oh god!
You could stand here and wake him up.
Yeah, can I just like kick him awake?
Yeah. So you wake up with a boot in your ribs. Jessus. Do you lose the concentration on whatever like psychic mode you are when you're unconscious, or does it stay up?
It doesn't mention anything about losing the focus.
Okay. We're gonna assume it stays up then. Okay, so you get kicked awake, a boot in your ribs, which makes it Chris's turn. Buster.
All right. Well, so. Oh, friend, you're awake. Okay, good. I'm going to kill him.
Except for the cleric. The cleric's still asleep.
Oh, what?
The cleric is still asleep.
God damn it.
And you can't get to her because she's up in a fucking corner.
Well, now that Jetseth is awake, can't he
Throw rocks!
do better?
I mean,
it would be metagaming to tell you what I'm going to do, but
my armor class is an 18, so if you hit me with a rock, that would be great. But the odds are against you.
Well, I
How
know.
the hell is your armor class so high?
But you're unconscious, so that doesn't like you get advantage or something, right? Because you're not moving.
But I'm also prone.
Yes, prone. So you have No, Cat's sort of right. Uzi, reroll your attack and just roll it flat. Roll a dex save or a dex check flat.
Just
because she's prone, which gives disadvantage, and she's unconscious, which gives advantage. So it would be a flat roll.
Okay.
Cat's right.
So just a normal roll.
Okay, it doesn't.
Yeah.
Okay. Continue on with your turn, Buster. Nothing has changed.
Okay, well, I did the thing where I double-clicked my info sheet, but now I can't access it.
All right, hold on.
No, you just
What did you do?
You just double click on the name after it pops up.
You can also pop it out in a separate window.
I do that a lot.
What is it doing?
If you minimize it, you just double click it again, and it comes back up. Or you could just click the X and that'll close it, and you can reopen it.
Yeah, let me refresh the whole thing.
Like I have 6 things opened up.
What did you do? Did you close it?
I
don't know. They're yellow.
I don't know what I did.
And it was all
I had
yellow.
Before you colored it, I thought it was a banana person.
Oh.
And then you
Of
colored
note,
it, and now
I'm
I still
having
think it's
sexy dreams while I'm asleep.
You're having sexy dreams?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Who are you dreaming about, Layla?
I'm
Is it
thinking
Kelric?
Yeah,
Because he was
Yagra.
carrying you earlier.
I think it was Yagra that I
Oh,
recently.
Yagra? You're having sex dreams about Yagra?
Yeah. She was quite great.
Do you want, while we're waiting for Rachel to get her character sheet back open, you want to tell us about this sex dream in explicit
Alright.
detail?
Alright, so in the sex dream that Leia was having, they're sitting at like a nice table having a delicious candlelit meal naked.
That's not a sex dream. That's a dream about food.
Naked.
Aww.
But I mean, if you're
Isn't
into
that the same?
That's just a naked
Like-
food dream.
Hey, penetration is not required to have sex.
This is how it starts. Gotta
Look,
slow
if there's-
roll it.
If there's no butt stuff, nobody's interested.
Aw, there's no butt stuff. Yep.
Maybe
Well,
Rachel, have you gotten your character sheet open?
figure out if I can use prestidigitation to
It
help
does
me-
not let
Give it
you
a second,
move
just let it
things.
load.
I don't believe. I don't think
It
prestidigitation
lets you like
move
click
Oh, right, I'm
objects.
supposed to
something,
be,
heat
Well, you can
something,
do. No, you can do like
make
really
something smell.
Yeah, you can do really like small things with it.
Yeah, you
I
can
don't
make
know if
like a
it's
little like
You can make her nose itch.
You
glitter
can,
or something.
you create an instantaneous harmless sensory effect, such as a shower of sparks, a puff of wind, a faint musical note, or an odd odd odor.
I
You can
like
light or
odd door
snuff out a
better.
candle.
What a weird door.
You can clean or soil an object no larger than 1 cubic foot. You can chill, warm, or flavor up to 1 cubic foot of non-living material. You can make a color, a small mark, or a symbol appear on an object. You can create a non-magical trinket or an illusionary image that can fit in your hand and last until the end of your next turn.
It's too bad you can't.
You have Mage Hand?
I have.
You could.
You can
I have
mage
Chill
hand
Touch,
slap
I have
me.
Command. I have.
You could use Chill Touch to, like, freeze her ass away.
Mm-hmm.
She would take the damage, but you could do it.
I don't want to kill her.
I
But
think she'd
if
be alright.
we need to wake up a cleric, then I'll wake up a cleric. So, you know, whatever. I'll stop him.
You can't really get to her. You could throw things at her.
Can you not just walk over the other guy who's
It's
asleep?
unfriendly space.
It's an, yeah.
But he's asleep.
Uh,
He's sleeping.
it's one of those weird parts of the rules where I don't know. Buster, do you have inspiration?
We all have negative inspiration, remember?
No, that was a joke. Buster, do you have inspiration?
I think so.
I will let you spend your inspiration to walk through Krentz to wake up Layla without waking up
You
Krentz.
do that for me?
I mean, I'd do it because of just in general. I don't know if it's for you specifically.
I'll take it.
Okay, you can spend your inspiration. I'll let you get past Krentz without waking him up. Wake up Layla and then shuffle back to your square.
Okay.
So Layla, you get smacked awake by how do you want to wake her up?
I just.
Do you lift
Um,
do you smack her with a crock?
Sex dreams about people.
Yeah, you hit her with a crock.
Yeah.
Teabag.
Crock to the face.
Oh my
Whack!
god.
Layla, you wake up with a formerly shit-covered shoe being wiped across your face.
Ugh,
Oh, you are very good.
that is not sexy.
Okay, that's Buster's turn, which makes it Jesseth's turn.
Okay.
So you wake up, you're prone, so it takes half your movement to stand up. There's an unconscious, like bald bandit dude with eye tattoos in front of you, and a giant dwarf who's just swinging a huge pick into the rest of your newfound companions.
I
Has some
think
sort of magical spell upon himself.
I think I'm probably gonna do distracting
Like a
figment
little-
on the large dude.
Okay.
Hold on, let me face him. Hold on, no, I just figured out how to do this.
I gotcha.
There we go.
Oh, you figured it out.
And then I go here. This.
It's funny that only 2 of the characters have shadows.
I do scroll down here and do.
What do you
Hold on.
think?
We're all actually figments.
Oh, yeah.
Those are tokens that I bought somewhere, and the others I think are tokens that somebody made. So Layla, Jesseth, and fucking Jiminy Cricket, Air Jordans, those are tokens that I bought somewhere, so they have shadows. Okay,
So that would be
so he makes
11.
he makes an
Oh,
intelligence
if you
save.
say, yeah.
Okay, he's super smart. Don't worry about it.
Here.
4.
Good.
So 11 psychic damage, and
Okay.
the same thing that happened to the other guy. Now he's like fighting
He's-
an invisible dude.
Yeah, so he can't take reactions, which is good for those of you that want to move away from him.
think
Is
that's
that
pretty
is that your
much
turn? Do you want to try to get out of the room, or are you gonna stay where you are?
I think from what I'm seeing right now, I don't really think I can move anywhere.
You can move through friendly spaces.
I mean, if I moved anywhere, I'd want to move into a corner, but the corners are all taken.
You could go here and then down, like, so you could get to like.
No, I want to keep an eye on the
Right here.
sleeping dude. If he wakes up, I want to be next
Okay.
to him.
So the giant Durgar is just swinging his pick around, and he's like
No, it's I
cursing
want you to
in
wake up next to
Durgar.
Yeah.
Rainier like reaches out and pats Kelric on the shoulder, a little hesitant, like, "Oh, excuse me, pardon me, sir. You're quite large. Can I just get pat like right?" And he's like trying to get you to move so he can get past you.
Kelric like looks at him funny, but then like moves sideways in the door.
Yeah, and then he slides into the room past you.
It sure is a crowded room now.
Okay, right here.
And then he he looks at the giant Durgar and he's like, "We'll have at you then, sir." Oh shit! You got a 19 and a 12. Which one hit? So he stabs him in the foot, like between the toes, and the Durgar roars out angrily in pain. And Rainier is like, "Ha ha!" and then gets a little overconfident with the dagger thrust, and almost gets his head clipped off by a swing with the war pick, and ducks down. He's like, perhaps I have made a mistake. Kimbo, it's your turn.
Okay. Can I stand right here?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Because that way, if somebody else wants to come in,
Or stand in a corner.
that's possible. Yeah.
Nobody puts Kimbo Slice in a corner.
Yeah.
Put himself in a corner.
To open this door, but that would be my action. So I'm gonna go and stab the guy again.
Do it. Stab him.
Happy stab. All right. Attempt.
You have advantage.
Okay.
Always. The
Yeah.
computer's been rolling on.
You have
for a
advantage
year and a
because of
half.
the thing that
Excellent.
Phantom Mind Reader thing you
What am
did
I
it.
doing wrong here? Oh, here we go.
But I can't not read that.
A 22 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Yes, finally.
We
get pitted.
No, won't.
Okay. You had 3 hit
No,
points left
doesn't
after
want to get
Rainier got done with them.
Thank God.
So he bends down to like rip Rainier's like rapier out of his foot. And as he rips the rapier up out of his foot,
Stab him in the butt.
turns okay. You run your rapier up into his backside, and he like his head shoots up, and he gives this horrified shock look as he gets a rapier in his colon. He's like, oh, and then he just sort of falls on his side and begins to slowly shrink back down to normal size.
Death by colon rapier blow.
The ooze is still trapped in the other room. Krintz is still unconscious. So, Kelrick, it is your turn.
Okay.
Can we just throw him in the room of slime and close it?
I mean, when it comes around to your turn.
If you want, I guess.
You could also try to interrogate him once we're like, see your friend? We stuck a sword up his colon.
Because he's going to be asleep for like another few minutes, we can go ahead and drop out of initiative, actually. You guys can do whatever you want.
I tie him up.
So you start tying him up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Can I open this door, guys?
He wakes up in the middle of you tying him up, but you can tie him up.
Yay!
Wait, so did we kill the dwarf?
We killed
Yes.
one.
Is it long
Yes.
enough time for a short rest?
What a way to go.
Not for tying a man up. I'm trying to
Where's
move
this man?
I'm moving the sleeping token off of him. There's too many of you in the room. I couldn't click on it. So you begin tying up Baldy McBaldersons, who some of you recognize. And the
what's he
Durgar,
in the...
it's the guy who started the fist fight with Yagra.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and I guess you've seen Yagra naked, haven't you, Susie?
Mm-hmm.
Hang
Layla
on.
has indeed.
What? You have a photo for that?
You got a nude? She
I'm
sent me a
curious as to-
nude by pigeon. They call it a tweet, I hear.
Yeah, there's a special service.
Um,
I think a whole lot of
Yeah.
dinner.
huh?
Can I cast Mend Wounds on myself?
Yeah. You guys are out of initiative. You
So
can do
these
it.
guys have the eyeballs?
Yes, and both of them have eyeball tattoos. And Radar flicks the blood off the rapier and begins to sheath it, very proud of himself, and looks around to see if anybody noticed his stabbing.
Very good job, Rainier.
Chris nods.
Good job.
Like an approving
Snaps.
nod.
Yeah, just
I think Layla's like, you might have yourself something. Yeah, you're great. Yeah.
Rainier's like, yes. Well, onward to the hunt for Floon. Are we going to interrogate this man then? And he's sort of just
Can I
now
open this
groggily
door,
coming away.
guys? Can I open
Yeah.
the door? I want to open the door.
I want to
Why
pull.
don't we wait until we finish with this in case there's another person?
Where is the Floon?
What
Tell
is
me.
behind this door?
Well, then
I'm
Flynn
intimidating.
has waited for a day. He can wait 5 more minutes.
Yeah, so he comes awake with Layla screaming in his face, and he looks up at you, and he's like, we thought it was that fool. And we thought it was that fool over there, that one.
Well, they do look very similar, so I can see how you
I know,
would get
right?
confused.
Well, what
It's
about
all
the
right.
other
We thought
one?
it was him too.
I mean, Grum thought he was real pissed when we brought the wrong one. He's got him down further in the hideout.
Oh, great.
How do we get there?
You're gonna walk us there.
I mean, you just follow the tunnel.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. You're gonna go
that's what you
first.
said last time.
I mean,
I roll perception on this fuck.
when you're like, it would be insight. When you're like, that's what you said last time. He kind of smiles, and he's like, "Look, I was just gonna run. I thought you'd go in there, see the scary monster, get distracted, and I'd run away."
Yeah, that's a great plan.
That part's
There's a monster.
that part
In
he's
the-
telling
in
the
the
truth
room.
about. He's like, "I didn't know you'd stay here, and you murdered old Zim.
He tried to murder us.
You came into a hideout all unannounced and shit."
He almost did murder Kimbo. Poor Kimbo.
I'm
Kimbo's
gonna guess
life.
that-
He's a veteran. He's old.
I'm gonna guess spare the dying
Getting
isn't gonna work,
smashed
is
in the
it?
face with
No,
warfare
Zim
all the
is dead. He had a
time.
rapier shoved up his ass.
Oh, okay.
Should I fix him?
No.
I mean, he's dead.
Probably make a death save.
No, he's the full-on dead flavor of dead. He's not dying dead.
Can I look through his pocket?
He's not dead light.
Yeah. Hang on, let me see.
I'm basically just gonna tell him, well, you know what you did? What you did is you made me open a door to a monster and that would attack me, which means that you guys are being hostile. So we had to
Well,
shove
I
a
didn't
sword up his ass to prove
I
a
thought
point.
you'd be like, "Oh no, scary monster," and then I could just like fuck off.
I sure did. I said, "Oh no, scary monster," and guess what? I closed the door.
Well, I obviously didn't think my plan through very clearly, did I?
No, you did not.
Hang on. He's like, "Look, I've got an intelligence of 9."
You poor thing.
Means he's dumb. No, he
I'm
doesn't.
saying as a person.
No, he's like, well, I didn't think it through. I thought, there's the thing there that eats the poop when we, and I thought you'd be like, "Oh no, thing," and then you'd be distracted by that, and I could run away.
You thought we were poop? That's rude.
Roll a d6 for me, Jesse. Just going through his pockets. He's got a war pick and a couple of javelins in his armor, but he's
Oh,
got.
how do I just roll straight up die?
/R 1d whatever, so like 1d6.
Can I take his javelins?
Yeah. Yeah, he's got 3 javelins.
Ooh.
Okay. He has 4
Just-
copper pieces on him.
Slowly stealing everyone's projectiles.
And like while you're having this conversation, from around the corner, like Rainier looks back behind him, and you hear him go, "Oh!" and then you hear, and then like footsteps. I guess Jordan would be able to see it. The goblin that you guys haven't killed from the other room, like looks around.
Oh, he woke
sees the
up.
lot of you. Rainier screams. The goblin screams, and then the goblin just takes off fucking running.
Oh.
Shit. Can I try to shoot him?
Yeah. Make an
goblin?
attack roll.
Awesome. Yeah. Fire in my bow. That's not.
Okay, that hits. Roll damage.
Yay.
Yeah.
Oh wait.
As though she's working on that cool guy.
Okay. Yeah. He turns his back and arrow just into the back of his head.
None for you, thanks.
He's dead. I'm gonna put his token in the room dead.
Got him.
All right. Well, you are all tied up, and I'm not one for killing a tied up person. So,
Well,
how
that's very
about
generous of you.
how about you up on your feet, and you're gonna walk us down to our friend, and then we'll let you go.
Can I open this door now?
Why don't we let him tell his friends why
Make
we're
him open the
here
door. Make him open the door.
so that
You okay? I want the door open.
All right,
he's,
Kimbo.
He's looking at like Like he doesn't understand the connection, like the upsetness about the door. He's like just confused.
Did I see the goblin get shut down?
Oh yeah, everybody heard the screeching and then heard a noise.
You attacked us because we didn't make an appointment. Is there a way to go about that?
No, I attacked you because you ain't supposed to be here. Like, you broke in. You break into people's houses, they have a tendency to get a little,
This is a sewer.
I would like to get our
Are you making fun of where I live because I'm in a low economic standing?
friend.
No, we mean the sewers are they're
No, he's
public.
poor.
Like you can just walk into the sewer though.
He's being oppressed.
There are doors. There are doors that lead into this room.
There was not a single lock.
There's like 4 doors.
There
Oh,
wasn't
now I gotta
like
lock.
an address.
Like,
or
now I gotta lock my
anything.
doors to keep thieves out.
Like there's not a mailbox.
Or,
like,
you know,
this
murder
is
hobos.
your house.
Hey Chase, that goblin that's in front of me, I'm picking its pockets.
Yeah, roll a d6.
We would like to retrieve our friend with minimal casualties from either side.
4
How
copper pieces.
would we go about that?
Well, Grum ain't just gonna give him to you. I mean, if you want to just take the other guy and leave, you got to give us the right one. That would be your best bet. Give him that guy. And Rainier's like, oh dear, they're not going to trade one life for another. And then he like looks around a little nervously.
Well, maybe.
I mean,
I could
if
be
that's
that guy.
least
Good
amount of
idea.
casualties.
I think. Hey Chase, for my disguise self, can I make myself look like other people, or can I only use it to make myself smaller?
You can make yourself look like other people, but you can only be like 3 feet shorter.
Right.
There's a
but-
limit to it, but yes,
yeah,
you can
but-
look like other people.
Yeah.
But how would you leave though? Once you're in there.
I just be the wrong person. I don't.
No, but then they might kill you.
I mean, they'd have to figure it out first.
No, I
We
mean,
have an
so
hour.
if we gave you to them, then you would be in there with them. And then once they figured out that you're not the guy, how are you going to leave? Like, they're going to figure out that you tricked them.
They made me do it. They said they'd kill me.
I don't know if that'll help you get out of here, though.
So
Do you just
I'll
want
just
us to
live
leave
here
you?
now.
Okay, you can just live here, and I'll take your cut of the
No.
money. No?
I mean, I don't care about the money, but this guy has been here for a while.
Yeah.
I don't know. My intelligence is not. No, I'm kidding. I don't design that, but it's.
Well,
I'm just saying you need to think your plan through a little bit more, maybe.
I'm going to open door.
You have no place telling me that.
I think everything through very thoroughly. If things go awry, not my fault.
Ding
So
dong,
the
here
next
comes
time
Kong.
things go awry,
That's
I
what
should
I
leave
wanted
you
to
alone.
do.
What?
Because you've been. Wait, did you put down or just me? Okay, got myself mixed up. Sorry.
Excuse you.
I'm sorry. I said
The
I'm
room,
sorry.
the room dead ends again, but it doesn't actually dead end. When you get to the end of the room, I'll just move you over.
Oh, what's going on?
I guess I'm just
We're leaving
gonna.
y'all talking.
Okay.
Guess I'll just leave this guy here. I'll be like, fine, just
You're my
sit
two
here.
You guys, there's a
You know,
thing over here.
Stop
I
right
want to
there,
ask him
Jordan,
something.
for me.
What? Stop. Here.
Not Jordan. Sorry, Joseph. J names. I get fucked up with people who have the same first letter in their name.
Oh.
It's a common thing. I have 3 friends whose names start with a K, and I call them the KKK. Side note. No, because it's Keith, Kevin, and Kyle, and I always get their names mixed up. So, Jesseth, you and the group of the 3 of you sort of open the door, wander out of the room. You get a little bored, a little frustrated with this conversation, and you decide, oh, we're just gonna go this way. And as you go around the corner and through the tunnel, you can see in the center of the room let me read the description of the room, and then I will tell you what you see. Threadbare curtains hang on the east wall of a long hall, in the middle of which is a muscular half-orc in dingy robes. He stands with his foot on the chest of a male human with wavy dark hair.
Oh, damn.
He has fire burning in one of his clenched fists, and his victim cries and squirms helplessly beneath him. Seated on a raised platform on the south is a nightmare's figure wearing black robes. It has large white eyes and rubbery purple skin, with 4 tentacles encircling and a human craw, mouth shaped more like a beak. It cradles gently caresses, like a pet, what looks like a disembodied brain with feet.
That sounds cute.
And that's where we'll stop.
Oh.
Cheese and Christ.
Yay.
Found him.
Yeah. So there's this bizarre creature, and it has like a pet brain. I forget what the keyboard shortcut is to show to players.
I mean, we can see kind of his face. Does the token match what he looks like?
Yes, but not everybody can see it.
Oh yeah. Not everyone's in the room. Some people are still.
Questioning the guy.
Can we really be done for? Can we really be done for the night? There's still people having a conversation.
I think that kind of went out the window whenever people
Decided to wander into the next room.
Yeah, I saw people leaving, and I immediately got distracted. I was like, "What's going on?"
So y'all just like stop talking, like, wait, what the fuck? Why is everybody leaving?
I mean, think about it this way: what if we were all sitting around playing a nice session of D&D, and you stood up and walked out the door with no explanation? What did you think would happen?
I was just standing at the door trying to listen, and then my buddy over here just breaks through the door, like, well, guess no point in listening anymore.
So, Purple McGee looks like this.
Oh wow! He looks like the servant thing from Doctor Who.
And yeah, those are modeled to look like these things. And then he has this sitting in his lap, and he's petting it like a cat.
Oh god!
His butt crack goes way.
That's his brain crack.
That's what we take away from this: is the brain's butt crack.
His butt cleft. Yeah. Amazing.
No. His chin cleft just extends all the way to his ass.
I mean, that's where it eats. You don't know.
And we'll pick up there next week.
Everything just splits open.
Cool.
Speak
okay.
Next week, I will not be able to join next week.
Which part of the world are you going to be in next week, Uzi?
I'll still be in Japan. I'm gonna have like breakfast.
1D1000. That's weak sauce, Jesse. Let me show you how this is done.
You're having breakfast with someone?
I am.
Who you having breakfast with?
Yeah. Friends and family.
Oh.
Mostly.
How long are you gonna be in Japan?
2 more weeks.
Forever.
So this next Sunday, and then I'll be coming back on the 21st.
Okay.
You've been there forever.
I have been.
I thought you were just
Been
gonna
great.
stay there forever.
I mean, I probably would.
I don't know what you expected.
Oh man.
Tourist visa.
I rolled a D0.
What time are
Universe
you
wins.
working in Japan time?
10 p.m. to 7 a.m.
I can do divided by 0. There you go.
Yeah, which is why I'm very tired right now.
Oh, it doesn't do it. It just borks it. It gives me nothing if I do divided by 0.
Yay.
That's funny.
Aw.
Is it R backslash?
Yeah.
Or slash
Or you can
R.
do double brackets like
Backslash.
that, and then like 1D whatever, and then this. But like that. Oh, it won't me do it. So close. Yeah,
so it
double
doesn't do
brackets.
anything weird.
Yeah, double brackets on either side like that. It'll roll it in the little like box like I do it.
Also, you can interject that into like skills and things on your character sheet.
Yeah, so it's opening brackets and closing brackets. That's the way I
Oh,
roll.
it works. Okay. I just want to see if it did weird numbers.
It will do weird
You
numbers.
can do math. And
Can
then
it do,
You
like,
could do you can also
decimals?
do like if I wanted to do like 4 plus 3, and then it'll do it for you.
Yeah. But it rounds up to the nearest whole number.
I also have an initiative thing. If you guys up on the top right, if you click on, let me see if I can make it where you guys can see it. Show us token action. Does this? Can I make this visible to players? I don't remember if there's a way to do it. So if you click up on the top right or top right, do you guys at the left of the cogwheel, do you have like bullet points?
Yeah.
If you click on that, there should be one in there called a knit.
Oh no, we don't have that.
No.
I don't know how to make it like visible to players. All players. Save changes. It should be in there now.
Oh. In it.
Yeah,
So if you click on the little section that says in bar, it'll pop up on the bottom of your screen. And then to roll initiative, you just click on your token and click on the button.
Oh, nice.
That's how I roll initiative for all the NPCs.
Ah.
Oh.
Neat.
That's a whole lot of numbers. What the?
Yeah.
So that might make your guys' lives. And we will start next week by rolling initiative. So.
Oh man.
Oh no, so this thing is gonna.
Oh, I should have taken a short
Ooh,
rest.
what happened if I look like the guy that they caught?
That would work.
Which one's the real one?
There's only one way to find out.
There we
You
go.
can do the whole doppelganger.
Alright. Peace. We're gonna go to bed.
Alright, night
Yeah,
guys.
I'm going to sleep too. Night.
Night. See you guys.
Bye.
Night.